Okay.
Go live.
Let's go.
Oh, I might have to enable it. I turned off all the avatars because they're like.
Uh-oh.
You see, where is it? Here it is.
Where am I?
There you are. Oh wow, new art. Nice.
Yes, oh my goodness, I just got that skeb today. I am amazed.
Okay.
There it is, it looks so good.
It does. Very lovely.
Thank you.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to the chapter 5. We're starting that out. Or When They Cry. Wren, I don't know where Wren is, but they may be joining us later, so we're just gonna start. Go ahead and start.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He'll hop on in.
Today is the first chapter of the answer arc, so we're gonna finally learn what's going on, kind of. Do we
Kind
learn?
of.
Does it take a while to find shit out, or is it like, bam?
Oh no, you're gonna dive right in.
Okay. I'm really interested to see what this is gonna be. Like,
Yes, this arc that you're going into is a fan favorite.
oh boy. Oh boy.
Hopefully
Welcome.
it doesn't let you down.
I hope it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
If it tops 3, I'll be happy.
In my opinion, it tops 3.
Because 3 sounds like it's gonna be hard to top.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, welcome everybody. Welcome Kitten. Welcome Elise. Welcome Cold Club. Hope y'all are ready for answers. Alright, let's start. You can see it, everything?
Roll.
Everything's good?
Everything is good.
Okay. Meikashi, is that how you say it? 11 cutthroat.
Mayakashi?
Mayakashi? Okay. Eye-opening chapter. Welcome to the world of Higurashi when they cry Kai. We finally reached the halfway point.
Yay!
From the viewpoint of the protagonist, only took 100+ hours.
We actually, for everyone in chat, we counted how many hours Pengu has spent on his playthrough. It's over 100.
Oh my god. I'm never gonna get those hours back in my life. Ugh.
But they were worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I enjoyed this enough to make it worth it. 100 hours worth. Oh boy. From the viewpoint of the protagonist, try to find the truth behind the tragedy that unfolds. The difficulty is very high. It won't be easy to comprehend the motive of the perpetrator. The perpetrator. Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Am I okay? Yeah, I'm fine. What's up, Folk Club? Do I sound sick? Do I sound like I'm dying? Like, let me make sure. Okay, it's recording microphone audio. Yeah, it should be good.
You sound fine to me. You're a little quiet in my opinion, but like you sound pretty okay.
You said you have 100 hours into this. Yes. Yes, I did. Good God. But we must make sacrifices for what we love, right?
Exactly.
Sacrifices must be made.
We'll sacrifice your precious hours to Oyashiro-sama.
My life away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The difficulty is very high. It's just like to handle it emotionally, I guess. Is it gonna be emotional this chapter? Very emotional?
A lot of things happen. I'm just not gonna say anything. A lot of things happen this chapter.
Okay. Let's do this. Oh, I gotta have the baby laugh.
Oh, the baby laugh.
This arc includes choices that were added in the console version. These choices result in dialogue changes and can lead to bad ends. You want to see these choices? Up
to you.
Last time there was one choice, and it was like immediately we died. So.
Oh, what was the choice?
The last chapter was the story of the what's his name? The guy from
Akasaka.
Tokyo? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the choice was when you have the big fight with the people, got you at gunpoint, you can either surrender or try and fight. Surrendering was what you needed to do. If you tried to fight, you just die right out. I think I'm gonna prompt the choices and actually not highlight the answers. Let's do it. I'll just save before I make the choice.
Yeah, we can have chat help us out.
Yeah. Do this. Probably just like one choice or something. Last time. She dropped her beads.
Oh, Burncastle, my wife.
Oh, what?
Do you see the corner? Oh, have you not seen that name before?
Oh, no. It's an author?
Oh, I don't know who she is. Woo!
Uh-oh. 7 keys were attached to the keychain. Without knowing which key was the correct one, I had to go by instinct and try every key, one by one. On average, I'd reach the correct key within 3 to 3.5 attempts. I'd be fortunate if I could open the lock within the first 3 keys. And I'd be unfortunate if I didn't. I had to think of the worst case scenario, getting the right key only on the very last attempt. I fought with my nervousness. My head ached from it. I put the key in and turned it. I just needed to repeat the small procedure several more times, but I couldn't stop shaking. Damn. Even a 3-year-old kid can do something this easy. So, am I more childish than a 3-year-old? Whatever, I don't care if I'm clumsy. I just need to try all these keys. Even in the worst case scenario, the lock will open on the 7th try. Oh, it's Shion. ...
No way. I guess since it's Shion, I guess I'm doing the narration now.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, only if you want.
If it becomes too much, I'll take over.
Okay. Reality isn't the same as math. What happened was worse than my worst case scenario. None of the keys worked at all. I could feel the blood draining from my brain.
Oh, I hate that feeling.
Oof. Did I get the wrong set of keys? No, I definitely see a faint marking that says this set is for this door. Am I just reading it wrong? Should I go back to the key cabinet to look for the right one? That would mean a great loss of time. Just by being here, I'm already risking so much. Something that could ruin everything might happen any moment. If I can't open this lock, do I have to go back to the administration office? If there were no other choice, it'd be a waste of time to spend another second here. The administration office wouldn't necessarily be empty at this time. Somebody might come in. I won't be able to look for the right key if that happens. I stood up quickly, as if electrified. I was almost in a panic, and so felt the urge to move. My instinct pushed me. I have to go back there as quickly as possible. It's dangerous to be here, and it's also dangerous if somebody comes into the administration office.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't, huh?
I cooled my head, making it as chilly as possible to repress my fear.
I do that all the time.
Brain freeze!
Force brain.
Calm down, Shion. Mion wouldn't panic in this situation. Maybe I'm just mistaken.
Comfy stream? Yes, it is getting very comfy and stabby.
Why don't I try the keys one more time? The next moment, I felt a faint vibration in the air. Somebody was walking somewhere in the hallway. If it were a normal situation, I would have known I wouldn't run into them, since the footsteps were very far away. But at the time, I couldn't think calmly. Ah, shit. Why am I panicking this much because of footsteps? Calm down, calm down. I should be feeling excited instead. Calm down, calm down. I just need to do what I have to do. I should ignore the footsteps because they're not an immediate threat. Pretend they aren't there. I have to listen for something much more important right now. Ah, shit. This key should be hard and cold, but it's pliable and hot. This feels like rubber. How could I stick this into the keyhole? Shit, shit, shit.
Yes, comfy and murder with love.
Yeah, I murder you cutely.
That's the point.
It wasn't the key that was pliable. It's my fingers that were limp. Shit, shit, shit! The key sprung out of my hand and fell onto the floor. It shouldn't have made any sound, because it was so pliable, but it made a tremendous metal noise as if somebody pushed over a cupboard. Cling! The sound almost stopped my heart. I felt dizzy for a while. I looked around afterwards to carefully see if I caused any disturbance to the surroundings. Calm down, calm down. Nothing's changed. I don't hear anything. So, am I safe? Calm down. Calm down, calm down. Wait, I don't hear anything? What about those footsteps in the distance? Calm down, calm down, calm down. Are they looking for me after they noticed the sound? Shit, what is that sound I'm hearing? Is it my sweat dripping to the floor?
Ooh.
Shut up, shut up, shut up! How could I hear the sound of my sweat? Calm down. Calm down, stupid! Calm down!
Her sweat sounds like bells.
I guess so. Calm the fuck down, Shion!
Jeez.
Damn!
So many heckin' swears.
I have to clarify. This isn't a prison or a detention center. It's a private school. Essentially a prison in its own way.
It looks kind of like a prison.
A little bit. It's got a high fence.
Yep.
Not a normal one, though. It costs a fortune just to get in. It's a boarding school that provides education from elementary school to university. Being for girls only, rather than a school, you could say it's a factory that manufactures ladies.
Oh. Sounds, oh my.
Mm. Some of my classmates here have never even used public transportation. Really, it isn't normal. Sorry. To me, saying, "How nice to see you," instead of "hi" is already insane. And calling the teachers sisters gives me the creeps.
Ooh.
I hate the morning and evening prayers, to say nothing of the Sunday Mass. I don't want to memorize the Bible passages, and the Holy Ghost gives me a rash. Damn, if the ghost gives her a rash.
What's holy water gonna do?
If I stayed in this institution, that's what I call the place, for many years, I'd either go crazy or be brainwashed. Most of the girls choose to be brainwashed, but I can't do that.
Oh wow, we're getting some social commentary here. Oof.
Elise says, "Oh no, Catholic school."
Oh god, is it a Catholic school? Oh no! The Hime factory?
Sorry, I just DM'd you, by the way.
There might have been a time mix-up.
Maybe.
Oh well.
I don't know if you want to message them, but that's up to you.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
So chat, how's it going? I got a sandwich.
Is it a fish sandwich?
No, it's buffalo chicken and pepper jack.
Uh-oh.
I apologize. None for the beloved penguin. No fish for you.
I gotta mute the stream for a sec. I had to mute the audio for a sec.
Hi.
Usually I do Thursdays as well with Pengu.
Okay,
really?
okay, that's why. It was Thursday. It wasn't Wednesday last time I was here, right? Right?
I don't... Yeah, I think it was.
Okay, that's why I got screwed up. I'm like, yeah, you haven't added me yet. It'll be fun. No.
No, it'd be like that sometimes. It's okay.
It's okay. This is the payback for you oversleeping.
Yeah, but
Wait,
right,
did you
actually.
oversleep for a collab?
I overslept our collab and I started late.
Oh
I-
no!
It was like a little over an hour late. It was, but this is the payback.
It's been pretty hot at the fish factory, so I've been pretty tired.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm gonna take a
It's
nap
okay.
for the stream, and I woke up like right when we're supposed to start. I'm like, oh shit!
It's okay. This was the payback.
I guess.
Here you
so.
go. Now you're even.
Yeah, now we're even.
All right, everybody. Here you can check out Wren, and here you can check out Plum.
No, you see, it was all part of the plan. I just had to raid you for like streaming for 10 minutes.
No, I messaged you on Twitter, and then
I figured you'd at me, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get an at. I said that when I
Yeah.
started, and oopsie, we're
settling
even.
the score. Yeah, this looks like.
We're even. We're even. Yeah.
Okay, so we just started, and it looks like Shion's doing some shenanigans at this private school. Just started chapter 5.
When I started this chapter, I just kept making jokes. It's just good Catholic girl going to good Christian Catholic school.
Oh god. Oh good lord.
Yeah, I see the one you're on, Love of God, with the Bible teachers. I'm like, yeah, good Catholics girl, good Catholic girl.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see this? Did you see the stream title?
No, but if it better be good Catholic girl or something.
No, it's something pretty funny.
Let me find out where my computer. I'll look at it, but yeah.
All right, Ren, are you all set up? Do you see stream?
Yeah, I see it.
Alrighty.
Do we want to split up? Well, all the characters show up in this chapter, right? Or is it just?
It's certain characters for the time being.
Okay, so
I think it's one of. I mean, everybody shows up. It just depends on what part of the chapter.
Yeah,
I'll put
that's
it that
that's
way.
true. Because
So it looks
he's
like-
just starting it, so I'm thinking it's mostly just gonna be like the twins and Kasai.
okay.
Yeah, it's
Kasai.
probably it's.
Wait, who's?
Oh,
Kasai?
yeah, it's fine. You'll find out.
Kasai, a new character.
Yes, Kasai's a goat.
He's amazing.
I love him.
Yeah, he does. He's a big thumbs up.
So when new
Mhm.
characters show up, we'll decide who wants to voice them. How about that?
All right. So
Okay.
actually, Pengu, do you want to take over narration for right now? I was reading for a while.
Yes, I'll take over narration. Then when new
Yeah.
characters show up, we'll divvy them up. Yeah.
Okay.
If
You got
it. If it's too much of one person, we'll try and split it up somehow.
Mhm.
Okay. Alrighty. Thank you for the host kitten shop. And here we go. After all, I was more impressed by the political schemes and the international trade behind religious propagation than by the love of God which the Bible teaches. God, why does this person sounds like me? Because of that, been treated as a problematic child from the beginning. I would not fit in a religious school at all.
Mm.
I experienced lots of disadvantages as a result. I realized that quickly, so I superficially pretended to be normal. However, I got tired of acting, so I started to reveal my true self from time to time. It's like being a VTuber, isn't it?
Mm.
I became a problematic child once again. People started to treat me differently once again. Uh-oh. It's fun to misbehave. Yup. But it wouldn't do anything for me in the long run. So, why did I act this way? Why, even though I knew it was going to backfire on me later on? After examining my emotions, I realized that I completely had it with my surroundings. E-Jets, thank you for the follow. Is that one of your friends?
TJ,
There we go.
my beloved
T-Jets or T-Js?
T-Jets, but I mean his name is TJ.
Okay. I think of like a t-shirt on a jet. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to Glacierland. I'm your host, Ice Emperor Penguinato. Enjoy the rides and don't freeze. I was afraid of being brainwashed in this situation. I can't live here. I won't let them brainwash me. 6 months ago, I decided to escape this place. The moment I made up my mind, I started to feel alive again. I acted ladylike in order to deceive the system. Pretending became fun once I'd set my goal. It gave me the creeps when they told me this with smiles that it was God's influence that I started to behave religiously.
My favorite Catholic girl.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good God. I laughed at them behind their backs. I took on my classmates' duties in order to understand the layout of the school and the schedules of the staff and guards. I soon found out that the security of the school was immensely tight, because there are many daughters of important people living here. The guards walked their beat randomly. There were surveillance cameras everywhere. I'm glad to be here. I love the fish bones instead of points. Yeah, we're all about fish sandwiches and stuff here. I eat fish bones like chips, so. The system that... Sorry, what?
I was gonna say, sounds concernable.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Ah, kitten. Alright, here's...
Yes!
Oh boy, here we go. Cursed Ara.
My favorite.
That's why I priced it at 666.
That's
so
fair.
good.
The system that kept out intruders ironically also worked to prevent escapees. But that excited me instead. Ooh. I simulated how to avoid all the surveillance in my head many times. I drew an escape route in the corner of my notes during class and tested if it worked. I strove to acquire any necessary skills for this escape. It was all fun. After all, the situation was cathartic for me. That's who I am. No matter how hard they tried to brainwash me, I'd never change. What a rebel. I've been waiting for the moment of my escape, preparing physically and mentally. First, I needed the courage to escape. I had to be confident of the plan. I had to think deeply about it. I also needed skills and physical strength. I imagined all the possible obstacles and trained myself. It was funny because I was finally able to enjoy gym classes. Even the long distance runs. Running. Oh god. I needed a perfect plan, as well as the physical strength and skills necessary to execute it. Also, supported by those things, I needed determination. I made sure that I had all I needed and executed the plan. I decided to plant a seed in school before the appointed day. The seed was a rumor that one of the male teachers was having a relationship with a student. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I thought in all-girls schools the teachers would be all girls too, but I guess that's not a thing.
You know, sometimes it's okay. Even if it's like a woman teacher, I'm sure Shion could like easily fucking manage. Shion, it's Shion. Come on.
Yeah.
It's Shion.
Yeah.
Heckin' Shion. I won't go into the details now. That can turn into an enormous problem in this school. I'd imagine, buddy. Shit. There goes your job. School is limited to girls precisely because their parents want to avoid those kinds of problems. Those parents are most likely important people from various positions. Yeah, in a fucking private school, they gotta have money. If the romance was a fact and was leaked to the public, the principal would have to commit suicide in shape. What? What?
You know,
What the fuck?
What?
sometimes you gotta commit suicide and shame.
Does Japan
You know.
It just be like that sometimes, I guess.
do you just do that in Japan when you're embarrassed? Like, fuck
Some
it.
actually do. Some leaders do.
I mean, yeah, that's a thing. Oh god, I wish I remember the name of it. But I played one game where it's like, you know, you fail your mission, you're supposed to like repent, you know, essentially when you take your life.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I'll
I know this is a fucking disaster for the principal, but jeez.
let me see if I can see.
It do be like that sometimes. I guess. Shit. In fact, even that might not be enough. What is he gonna do? Kill himself twice?
Oh yeah.
Like revive himself and die again?
I mean,
you can't do that.
Okay.
I can't.
Yeah, technically it's with samurai, but seppuku with taking one's own life practiced by men of the samurai class in feudal Japan.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, you know, so you could argue it's kind of similar to that in a way.
It just permeated the culture pretty much from samurai.
I don't know, like permitted the culture, but it kind of seeing whether it be metaphorical or also referencing yeah, suicide.
I always hate to commit. I hate committing Sudoku.
Yeah.
In the world of girls, rumor spreads fast. Oh, more cultural commentary there. Especially when they're separated from boys and are obsessed with dirty thought. Jesus! So this kind of rumor goes around really quickly. The sisters try to get rid of that kind of rumor, and they warn the students not to be swayed by it. But apparently, they're the ones who are most swayed by those rumors. This means that I managed to make them furtively deal with something shady without contacting families or the authorities. So, if I disappeared in these circumstances, it looked like I ran away with some teachers. All the Oof.
Okay, so there are male teachers, yeah.
Oof. All the male teachers would deny it, of course. However, the school wouldn't believe what they said so easily. Here, I would hate to teach that. After all...
I don't think you'd want to teach at any school with Shion. Like, if Shion's in your school, you leave. You just get up and leave. You go.
Nope. Just nope.
Yeah, no. Goodbye.
No, I love her.
Okay, I love Shion too. However, if Shion's at your school, you leave immediately.
I will not tolerate the slander.
Shion can slander herself. Shion just slanders herself.
That's true.
The proof's in the pudding, I guess.
Yeah.
In the Shion pudding.
Shion pudding. Yeah.
After all, there's a dirty rumor going around. Oh, scandalous. By the time the school finds out about my escape, after they eliminate all the other possibilities, I'll be somewhere safe. I tried hard to spread the rumor that I was involved in the forbidden romance as widely as possible. Sisters questioned me a few times, but since the romance was something I'd made up, they couldn't find anything. No matter how hard they tried, they couldn't find any evidence. After 3 months, I was certain that I created a solid foundation. I swapped after-dinner duties with my classmates so that I could adjust my schedule on the day. I was even able to fill them with suspicion about me by doing that. Now they'll definitely suspect I ran away with some male teacher. Tonight was the night. I began my chores after dinner. After lights out, somebody will find out about my disappearance. My generous roommate would probably wait about 10 minutes before she reported me to a sister, but no longer than that. At about an hour tops. That's enough for me.
I think the funniest thing I find is they just use, like, the same bedroom
As the
for a
hotel.
lot of these situations. So it's just the hotel bedroom. I'm like, ah, yes. My favorite Catholic boarding school dorm. Yes, this hotel looking.
They're like, nah, all the bedrooms look the same. It's just coincidence.
Yeah, everybody bedroom same.
I took a step off my regular route. That was the first step towards my great escape. I calmed down and thought, the key shouldn't be wrong. The lock is old and firm. Isn't it possible that I put the right one in, but the lock was just stiff, and I only thought it got the wrong one? I realized that my nervousness was making me clumsy. The gloves that I'm wearing to avoid leaving fingerprints must be getting in the way too. I should try the keys one more time. I picked the most probable one and gently inserted it into the keyhole. Stiff. If I twist it too strongly, I might break the key. The moment I thought of giving up, I felt something in my fingertip. The key worked! I slowly opened the door. I could hear the crickets. I don't have to hesitate now. But somehow, I'm reluctant to step outside. I can still make excuses up to this point. It might look awkward, but I still can. But if I take a step outside now, there can be no excuse. If the guards find me, they'll take me to the office immediately. There have been escape attempts before. That's not really so strange. Nobody wants to be in this school.
I'm the only heathen here. I'm the only non-Catholic girl.
I don't think I'm the only heathen here. It's understandable that there have been people before who couldn't fit in this. You don't say. So the school's aware well of the possibility of escapees. So this is a prison, pretty much. We weren't far off the mark.
Yeah, kind of.
I've heard rumors about what happened to those who were caught while attempting to escape. I don't want to believe any of those stories, though. Oh dear. See, all the school's horror stories involve students who attempted escapes. Whatever, bring it on. What? I thought she was gonna like go into one of the stories about how terrible it was.
Ah, yes, there was a rumor of la 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 la. Never mind, let's just fucking go. I don't have time for this.
Yeah, no, Shion's like, nah, bye, Noom.
Whatever, bring it on. Not expecting to get a second chance anyway. There'll always be only one chance. Things get serious beyond this door. I psyched myself up and pushed the door open.
Go, Shion, go!
A strong smell is hanging in the air. Is that normal for the outside? I never smelled a strong gassy smell before. Grassy. Not fuck! Grassy smell before. Ew. Ew. Bring it on, yeah. There's something going on? Do I have to be wary of it? Are they cutting the grass? Did I go back and wait for another chance? That's silly. There's nothing strange going on. This smell is something I smell every day. I just wasn't aware of it.
That smells smelly.
It's true, isn't it? Even though I pretend to be cool, I'm nothing but a nervous wreck. Angry smells gas? Yeah, I do. Ooh. I like taking pictures of these. Calm down.
The CG?
Yeah. Calm down, Shion. I can rely on the map inside my head from this point onward. I'd researched the locations of all the surveillance cameras. I'm confident that I'll be able to avoid all of them. But I'm not sure about the guards. They pick their patrol routes randomly, after all. I'd have to take a chance. I can hide myself in most places. But there's an area where there's nowhere to hide for several meters. Shion got them N64 boob.
Just a little bit.
Oh god,
Yeah,
You know, it's the 80s bras.
Oh.
The 80s bras were built different.
they were. That always bugged me when I watch old movies.
God.
The pointy shit.
CGs. Some of these CGs sometimes are just like, what why?
Yeah. These
But
were
some
used-
of them are iconic.
Look, there's one where they're holding water guns and it's just a hot mess.
Oh, just
Oh,
anything
dear.
involving like the water guns is
Oh,
a
God.
lot.
Mess.
What the fuck? What happened to the water guns?
They try to just do like a really interesting angle, but
Yep.
it's a hot mess.
In quote unquote interesting, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, it's at the
Oh,
start. If
dear.
it means anything, it's the next chapter. You get to see it, but it's a hot mess.
Mm.
Not like this arc, but the next arc.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Penis? There's like... Oh god. Oh god!
Well, I'll let you just imagine. It's you can have fun with
It's
that.
cool. She's just Laura Croft right now. It's all good. PS1 Laura
I mean-
Croft.
You know, if you told me this place was booby trapped, I believe you. Pun not intended. Pun not intended.
But there's an area where there's nowhere to hide for several meters. I concentrated to keep my senses keen. Well, I have to depend on my luck in the end. Even if I do my best, the guard might find me by mere chance. On the contrary, I might be able to get away no matter how unwisely I choose to move, if I'm lucky. Damn, after all that effort, it just boils down to luck? Ahaha! It's a gamble after all. When I realized that, I got excited. Yes, it's a gamble. Oh god, she's gonna have gambling problems now? I'm trying my luck. It's a game to test the determination to change my life. Somebody failed to escape from the school, that meant they didn't have enough luck to survive in the real world. You die in the game, you die in real life.
No.
But I'm different.
I'm not like other girls.
Oh dear, oh dear. I'm going to get out of here. Testing my luck. Here goes, Shion. I ignored the noisy bugs and concentrated only on suspicious sounds. I heard no threats. The loudest sound wasn't the bugs, it was my own heartbeat. Crunch.
Plunge.
Even my own footsteps were so loud they could break my eardrums. Ouch. Each and every step, my overactive imagination tormented me with premonitions of unexpected run-ins with guards. Countless times, that torture grew too hard to bear. I thought of running. But if I broke into a run, the noise I made would only draw suspicion. It's okay, you're playing a stealth game. All you gotta do is kill everybody that spots you, it's all good. That's how I play stealth games. If anyone heard running at a time and place where people shouldn't be, they would realize something abnormal is happening. But if the footsteps they heard were just walking, then they'd likely think nothing of it. Of course, I don't plan on even letting them hear those footsteps. Oh, Koenig! Thanks for the raid, buddy! One of my mods, could you shout him out for me, please? Stealth is optional for this mission. Of course, I don't plan on even letting them hear those footsteps. I tried to extend my senses to get as much information as possible. I didn't sense anyone's presence. I might have felt safer if I heard a guard in the distance. I'm worried that my senses might not be keen enough to detect anything. Everything. Somebody might be right behind me, without me being aware of it. I didn't want to make any noise, so I stopped from time to time. It's like I'm constantly fidgeting. Stop or to run. Something within me, urged me to choose from either one. I can't choose to stop. I have to keep going quickly and stealthily. I'm already risking so much just by being here. Running, of course, would be absurd. I know that. Urge to run continued to bug me. My head was filled with those thoughts as I went through this dangerous territory. I succeeded in passing through without running into anybody. I couldn't help but sit for a moment and exhale the rotten air from my lungs. Oh god, you a smoker?
No, it's just like, when you're nervous, it's just your air feel and your lungs feel heavy.
Ugh. Ew. My negative thoughts vanished quickly. Wren, do you want to take over narration for a little bit?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Just a little more to go. Just a little more. Just through that bush over there is the fence that separates this place and the outside world. Once again, I strongly felt the urge to run. I suppressed that desire and carefully tackled the final step. The beautiful-looking fence didn't seem designed to prevent escapes. While I was worried that somebody might see me climbing up the fence, it fortunately didn't happen. It's even possible that this fence might have a touch sensor. It's too late now.
What if it's like electrified?
God, I don't think that'd be good for appearances to like, your rich clientele.
Barbed wire, electric fences.
Yeah, no.
Shion just dies in the beginning, it's all good.
Yeah, it'd be like that. It doesn't mean anything now since I'm already climbing up. From the top, the fence seemed about 7 feet high. I have to go down carefully, just like when I climbed up. I knew that logically, but I couldn't think that way anymore. I chose to jump off with no hesitation. Of course, I regretted my decision during the fall. I got scared because the flight was longer than I expected.
Oof.
Oof.
I didn't land beautifully, I fell onto my butt.
It's all good, Shion. You got padding.
Good job, Shion.
But there was nobody around to laugh, and I didn't have time to be embarrassed. I looked around to see if anyone heard my landing. Even the crickets weren't interested in the sound I made. I felt relieved. I looked at my watch. 5 minutes till 8 p.m. It was just 15-minute escape. Putting a number to it really made it obvious how short it had been. Looking back, most of the time I was just asking myself questions and hesitating. I guess I worried too much, and I, of course, probably failed my speed run. But I can't be too relaxed just yet.
Didn't do a perfect speed run, so took damage in the last second.
Yeah, I gotta go back. Sorry guys, I'm here again. Give me another, I'm gonna try this again. I gotta get it under, 10.
Yeah, gotta get those donations.
Yeah. There's no guarantee that I fooled all the cameras. This place isn't a bank. There won't be a fire alarm going off, even if the guards did see me. It's possible they're rushing this way now. I can't enjoy the air of freedom yet. I hid myself in the darkness and waited. There's still time left until the rendezvous.
Rendezvous? Ooh.
Oh, the rendezvous.
Uh-oh.
Let's fucking go, Shion.
Sometimes you're not like other girls and you escape a school.
And fall on your butt.
I watched the school premises while waiting, but it looked like nothing strange was going on. The building was lit up, and the beautiful Western-style architecture made it hard to believe that it was a school. It should be armed with electrifying wires, searchlights, and guard dogs like the prison it is.
She's so blunt.
Yeah, I thought I'd experience a surge of school memories in a situation like this. But this didn't happen. That sort of thing only happens when you have good memories.
Yeah.
I have no good memories of the school, so there's nothing to remember. But if I could pick a series of images to recall, it'd be the luxurious dinners we had every night.
Oh, nice. Must have been real good.
So my
Pog.
memories would be nothing but international cuisine, Japanese, Chinese, French, and so on. What the hell? That's just too funny. I burst into laughter. At that point, I heard a car approaching. I crouched in the darkness. The plate number's the same as I was expecting. That's the car. I jumped out and rushed to the passenger side, then opened the door and got in.
Yes!
Yeah,
So
Him!
I
You-
guess
you
I'll,
can-
I'll do Kasai?
your turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice to see you, Ian-san.
The driver was a man of early old age. He'd be angry if he heard me say that, though. He thinks he's still middle-aged.
Uh-oh.
He looked at my face and learned that I succeeded. He smiled.
Plum?
The air feels so fresh. I want to eat a burger for a start.
I heard they serve excellent food in the school, but I suppose you were served nothing but gruel, huh?
No way, dumbass. I was just kidding. Step on the gas if you have time to laugh at me.
As you wish.
Kasai really did laugh out loud after telling me to buckle up. He accelerated. The cathedral-like school disappeared from the mirror in an instant. It disappeared so quick that I didn't have time for a surge of dinner memories.
God damn it, Cold Club. Okay, here we go.
Yeah!
There you go. Hope you're happy, Cold Club.
That's got some, like, Mr. Krabs energy to it.
A little bit,
Ark,
yeah.
ark, 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 ark.
Yeah, a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit. It's like the penguin from the Adam West Batman show. He would
Oh.
always make
Mhm.
weird quacking noises after like every sentence.
Good energy.
I'm Pickle Rick!
God damn it, kitten!
Are they harassing you?
He played Pickle Rick. Down to
Oh.
Welcome back, Elise. We just Dion just escaped the school and got in a car with the old man. Doesn't sound that good when you say it like that, does it?
It's okay. Well, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Goodbye, my lovely school days. I'm gonna fill my stomach with junk food from now on.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll forever be free from the table manners you taught me.
McDonald's every day.
Haha.
It's like 600-pound life. Here I come.
Serves you right. As we drove, the scenery began to change. Soon we were surrounded by vast fields of crops and few streetlights. It reminded me that this was just the countryside Japan, not Europe.
Are you hungry? Would you like me to stop somewhere to eat? You want some Mickey D's?
Give me the nuggies, Kasai.
Give me them
That's
nuggies.
okay. That's okay. I already ate.
I lied. I'm actually a bit hungry. I didn't eat much at dinner to avoid slowing myself down with a full stomach.
Oh, I gotta hydrate. Okay.
They forced you to drink.
Hydrate.
You may join me if you wish.
I will. I've got a big water bottle right here.
Ah. Thank you for the redeem code, Club. I offer the guest readers chocolate. Okay. FBI would like to speak. Yeah. Probably.
I appreciate Kasai's offer, but I didn't feel like taking the time to eat while we were still in enemy territory.
It's late, so you only find vending machines at the highway rest stops. Oh, I've heard there are hamburger and Odin vending machines nowadays. The fuck?
Huh? What the hell? Will that dispense a cup and the ingredients like a coffee vending machine? That's gross.
I don't think it's like that. Usually comes in a can.
Sorry. I can't stand canned food.
Still? I thought you might have grown out of it.
I haven't because I can't. Shut up. Why are you laughing?
I chuckled. Chuckled. He must have been trying to help me relax. He isn't usually so talkative.
I'm exhausted. I'm going to get some sleep. How do I recline this?
Look for the lever on the lower left part of the seat. Can you find it?
Oh, here it is. Here I go.
Katsai laughed again.
Did I do something funny?
No. It's just the way you talk sounded like Mion-san.
Well, obviously. Mian and I are identical twins. We're perfect copies of each other. When I react to something, so will Mion. When Mion reacts to something in a certain situation, I'll react the same way.
How's Sis?
I believe she's fine. I always see her when I bring your father to the family council.
That's right. She doesn't live in our parents' home anymore. She's living with Grandma in Hinamizawa now, isn't she?
You moved into the main house around the same time you started going to that school.
I responded with disinterest, even though I was the one to ask about her in the first place. The main house is where Oreo, the current leader of the Sonozaki family, lives. That's my grandma, who I call a hag.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. But when we use the phrase, the main house, that usually means more than just a dwelling. What Kazai refers to is the same thing.
Did she change?
In Mion-san?
Yeah. I think she has to have changed if she's living so closely with Grandma.
Kazai chuckled yet again. He knows I hate my grandma.
I haven't noticed any changes. He's still the Mion-san you know.
What about me? Did I change?
Oh? Not at all.
Kazai responded quickly with a smirk. I haven't seen him for a while, though. It's not fun if he answers this quickly. I glared at him, and then he burst out laughing.
You haven't changed at all. That's admirable, since you've been in such a strict school for so long.
Damn it. Laugh as much as you want. I'm going to sleep.
There's a blanket in the back. Please make use of it.
Thanks.
I grabbed the blanket and rolled up in it.
Comfy.
I'm exhausted, but I can't go to sleep. It's strange.
Oh, that's a mood.
Or maybe not. I must be tired from the escape. It's just that I'm still feeling tense. I have to declare it once again, if only to calm myself.
I'm sleeping. I totally am.
Alright, it's the third time you said that. Do I have to give you permission to sleep?
You're talking too much. I can't go to sleep if you don't quiet down.
Yeah, Kazai, shut up.
Oh, excuse me, princess. I'll keep quiet now.
The interaction with Kazai reminded me of the old peaceful days in Okinomiya.
Don't think that's how twins work, but okay. They say twins have like a mental connection, don't they? Telepathic. It's rumored.
Not really.
A wives' tale or some shit. I don't know.
Probably
but
wives' tale nonsense.
Well, at the very least, I'm a fraternal twin, actually.
Oh, really?
Sometimes my sister and I, like, we have, like, the same intuition, but I wouldn't say it's, like, sharing a mind or anything. I don't know. We just have the both kind of, like, same intuition, like, sensitivity.
Yeah.
But then again, we are fraternal twins, so I don't know how identical twins work.
Interesting.
Yeah. Fun fact.
In fact,
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
If you grow up with the same parents, grow up like that.
That's
Really?
fair.
Well, I don't really know if I can call those days peaceful. We were in the middle of the dam protests back then, after all. We all united together, and now that I think about it, we pulled a lot of pretty dangerous stunts.
Yeah, like kidnapping.
And escaping a prison. I mean, school.
Yeah, prison. If the authorities ever find out what I did, I never escape going to juvie.
Oh, I love
Well-
Shion.
Well, at least half the people in Hanamizawa would be off to prison.
Yeah, pretty scummy shit they were.
We didn't think of them as criminal acts, though. It was a war. It might also have been a festival. A festival where every person in Hanamizawa joined together in protest. It was a struggle, but it was also fun. It was fun to throw stones at the riot police with everybody.
Fuck
hit
the
ourselves.
police, am I right?
Yeah, we
Fuck
hit
the
ourselves.
po-po.
Yeah. Police got no rights here in Hanamizawa.
Nope.
We hid ourselves in somebody's home when they chased after us.
Sacrifice. Yep.
We'd even go crowd around the police station demanding the release of our arrested comrades. When we snuck into the construction site and sabotaged it, it felt more like we were playing at war than conducting one. I got so excited back then. I felt united with my fellow members, even though they were strangers to me, and that memory warms my heart. Yes, the way it felt back then was like helping everyone to carry a sacred palanquin through the village, getting all sweaty and exhausted together.
You.
Until we collapsed face first on the ground and shared our excitement and cheers with unfamiliar faces over tea. I was just a kid back then. I remember accompanying young men who worked for my dad out to the village to do various bad things. I was arrested a few times. It didn't feel any different, though, than when I was called to the teacher's office for forgetting my homework. The other villagers were furious about the dam project. But for those of us who were kids at the time, it was a pretty fun memory. All that came to a sudden end a few years ago. It wasn't only the power of the protest that ended the dam construction project. The Sonozaki family and my dad's organization had worked secretly in the shadows. This is a top secret information in the Sonozaki family, but it said they may or may not kidnap the Minister of Construction's grandson.
We might or might not have. We don't know.
Maybe not. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
who knows. In order to blackmail him. The grandson was found a few days after the abduction. He was found in the mountains of Yagauchi. He didn't simply disappear. And he wasn't demoned away. That means some kind of deal was made secretly. A year after that, the dam construction plan was halted indefinitely. The police suspected the villagers' involvement and investigated. But they couldn't find any leads. The villagers never betrayed each other. They'd do anything to protect their fellow man. They fabricated fake alibis and fake evidence. It was easy to deceive the police. Gah. The car suddenly shook, snapping me out of it. It must have run over a bump or something. I suddenly realized my expression was a very happy one for some reason.
Yeah.
Ah. Ah.
Ah.
Ah. I must be looking forward to going home.
Yeon-san, are you awake?
What is it?
Would you like me to take you to the house in Okinomiya?
Where else would you be taking me?
I answered straightforwardly with a frown. Kasai then also chose to reply straightforwardly.
It was the family head who decided on your enrollment in St. Lucia. Ran away from there. You understand the situation you're in.
The school Grandma chose didn't fit me, that's all.
Shion-san.
I know. Shut up.
As the head of the Sonozaki family, the hag's decisions are absolute. They're nothing like, say, the 3-second rule. Worse, the decision to confine me to an academy far away from the Sonozaki family was made before I was even born. Shion was the name they gave me. My sister, Mion, has a character that means demon in her name. That was to signify that she's a successor of demons. In other words, she would be the successor to the Sonozaki family and its demonic bloodline. The name Shion has a character that means temple in it. That means I was destined to take the veil and be confined in a temple. Thinking of that reminds me of how much I hate this name of mine. For starters, the person known as Shion is an abominable being to the Sonozaki family. Because it meant the family had 2 heirs. I don't have to cite the countless historical examples to explain. It's easy to imagine how that could be proved troublesome for succession. According to our long-held family traditions, one of the twins was to be strangled to death right after birth. Unbelievable, isn't it?
That sounds pleasant.
Yeah.
What that means is that I have to be grateful just to be alive and breathing to this day. I heard the hag actually put her hands around my neck right after I was born.
Well, now.
I don't know what exchange took place in that moment. Maybe some brave relative of mine managed to get her to stop. Or maybe she was in an extremely good mood that day.
Maybe she just didn't want to kill a fucking baby.
Oh, you know, it's Oreo though, you know,
That's
Oreo.
fair. That's fair.
They do
Then
seem
don't-
to stick to their stupid traditions, like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then don't try to strangle me.
What a nice person for not strangling a baby.
Right?
Yeah. Thank you.
I take pride in the fact that, like, if I was in Mion and Shion's position, I wouldn't have been the one that was strangled. Older twins represent.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we're twins. There's no apparent difference between us. But the first one out of my mom's stomach was named Mion, and the second one drew the short straw and got named Shion. Everyone else was desperate to tell us apart, but we sisters just found that awfully ridiculous. There wasn't any difference between us. No one could tell us apart, even if we only swapped hats. We wondered why all the grown-ups were trying to see the differences. Well, our fun as twins didn't last forever. One day, they created an undeniable clear distinction between Mion and Shion. Mion went to the main Sonozaki house to live with the hag and learn how to become successor. And I was to be confined at St. Lucia's. I have no objections to Sis's inheritance. I used to be jealous. But now I feel that having to learn how to follow the traditions would just make me tired. I even feel sorry for Mion. So I'm not going to be a threat to the family even if I'm back in Okinomiya. But the hag doesn't seem to think that way. She thinks I'm some sort of evil omen. That's why she wanted to keep me away from her. Doesn't matter to me. I don't want to see her face either.
Tried to strangle you, I mean.
Yeah.
I don't care if she doesn't allow me to enter Hinamizawa. She can charge me 10,000 yen per step I take there. But I want her to let me live here in Okinomiya, where I grew up. When I was little, I was in Hinamizawa, but I don't remember it much.
Kinomiya's like the next village over, right?
Yes.
Yeah, where they bike a lot too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, where the game store also is and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't remember it much, and I'm not very attached to it. I do have good memories of my elementary school days in Okinomiya. The town isn't very sophisticated, but I kinda like it there.
If you go back to Okinomiya, somebody from the family will notice you. And then they'll report you to the main house.
Are you worried that Grandma will hear about me? That might not be a problem. That might be a problem. Not. It would be a problem.
I hope you understand the situation.
What, Kasai? Are you telling me to go back to that awful place?
No, I'm not. What I'm trying to say is,
You want to know whether I'm prepared or not.
I just hope you understand what might happen.
Well, I know what you mean. You'll be held responsible for helping me escape if things go bad, right? You should caress your pinky finger while you can, Kasai, before they take it away from you.
You should look forward to being rolled up in a futon mat and thrown into the Onagafuchi swamp and that. Maybe we'll send you to the torture room in the garden.
There's the big torture room in the main Sonozaki house.
Yeah, we know that all too well.
Oh, yes, we do.
Yeah, I've never seen it, though. I heard they used to torture and kill the enemies of the village in there. It's just awful, really.
It's where the magic happens.
I hope I don't end up a victim of that place.
Okay, okay. Everything's going to be all right.
The nervous laughter. You really resemble your mother. In the way you take chances, I mean.
That's normal. She's my mom.
My dad and mom will be furious if they found out about my escape. I'm more afraid of them than of the hag. I don't want to go into details, but my dad is part of the Yakuza.
Oh yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm my family's Yakuza. Nothing special, though.
Nothing special. I'm just a normal kid.
Yeah, a normal, heathen, good Catholic girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in charge of the organization which covers the Shishibone area. He's in a very important position. So is Kasai here.
He's a respectable tax-paying citizen.
Yeah.
Yep, he's an old friend of Dad, who really trusts him. I don't know if this is true, but I heard Kasai used to be very aggressive, though he's gentle now. I also heard he has tons of scars.
I know I got these scars.
He was in charge of a few large areas, but after he was injured badly in a fight, he retired. Now he's my dad's consultant, aka a drinking buddy. He was my caretaker in childhood, and now he feels like he's my butler. At first, I thought my dad asked him to supervise me, so I hated him. But in time, I started to feel like he was on my side. This is just a hunch. But I think Kasai used to be in love with my mom.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. My dad, mom, and Kasai were in a love triangle.
Oh no.
Look, I have a solution to this. Everybody's just poly. Easy. Solved it.
Exactly.
Fixed.
Oh my
I'm
God.
smart. Ryugashi, hire me. Alright. Then my dad took the lead in the end.
And this is the story all about how her life got flipped right upside down.
Sit down.
The
Well,
Fresh-
Shion can turn her own life upside down pretty easily.
The Fresh Prince of Okinazawa?
I mean, yeah.
Okinazawa?
Yeah, I mean, look at Shion. She just escaped Catholic school.
Yeah.
Okinazawa. Okay, I guess.
Proud of her. Proud of this girl boss.
Yeah, escaping religion. Kasai couldn't leave my mom entirely, so he stayed around as my dad's friend.
Oh, jeez.
I can
There
tell
he
that.
is!
There's the man!
What
There's the man!
What
Look at the man!
What the fuck?
It's man! Look at him. I can tell-
Handsome.
Yeah, look at him. This man deserves many good things. I can tell that from the way he acts.
He's a ladies' man, right?
Oh, of course.
He's seeing my mom and me.
He's seen the mom in a lot of things.
That's why he says I look like my mom every now and then. It kind of gave me the creeps at first, but he isn't a bad guy at all. He's actually pretty funny. I only found that after I got used to him. So when I thought about escaping, I naturally turned to him. I contacted him in the early stage of my plan and arranged to meet him today. You could call him a conspirator. It's not surprising he's worried about my return to Okinamiya. Considering the rules and traditions, cutting off his pinky finger isn't too far from reality. I might be rolled up in a futon mat and thrown into the swamp for real, too. Even so, there's only one place for me to return.
He's like, you thought we were joking? No, that'll actually happen.
No.
Oh, you know. I'm going to Okinamiya and nowhere else. That's my hometown. That might be kind of a homesickness. And I don't care what it looks like.
So, what are you gonna do? The Sonozaki family's everywhere.
Well, I'll lay low for now. If somebody sees me, I'll tell them I'm Mion.
Then what?
Then, after things calm down just a little bit, I'll start talking to my closest relatives. I know they'll be on my side. I know some people who covered for me when I had a fight with my dad once.
I see. Trying to create a fight accompli? Am I saying that right? Fight?
I think Faye accompli? I don't know.
Accompli so that the Sonozaki main house will have to accept you later on? I hope that works.
It will. There were many people who were opposed to the idea of enrolling me in that school. That decision was obviously made because of the hag's hatred toward me. Don't you agree, Kasai?
Probably French? Yeah, I think so. I think it's a French word.
French censored.
What? What?
French not allowed. Ban.
Really? Oh man.
French derogatory.
French derogatory.
French redacted? Well, yes. I thought the decision was excessive.
She couldn't make the right decision because she is suffering from menopause.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know how it'd be for those people. Yeah, you know.
That's funny, I mentioned menopause last stream. Fuck.
Yes, you did.
I thought Rika's mom was being a bitch because she's going through menopause, but then Index is like, no, it doesn't work like that. I'm like, oh, I felt bad.
I felt bad.
All the fuss surrounding the dam protest, you drove her nuts.
As I smiled. I couldn't go to sleep after all, even though I was rolled up in a blanket. Even though I told Kaze to shut up, I kept talking to him.
What the fuck?
You know how it be. It's Shion. In time, I got tired of talking, and as I could feel the car run smoothly on the highway, Kaze spoke to me again.
Hey, Lily, welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. How you doing tonight, Lily? Yan-san, look.
I was so tired that I ignored him. I wondered what he wanted me to look at, but I wasn't that interested. Yet I opened my eyes slightly and saw a sign quickly pass by. Kasai probably wanted me to see that sign. It had an illustration of azaleas around the letters that said, "Welcome to Shishibun City. My hometown is coming right up."
Chapter 5.
Miyakashi.
Miyakashi.
Wahoo.
A fancy entry.
Mmm.
Shion's just like, this is a story of my life.
They're listing the characters.
We just got some opening credits.
Wow,
I mean, also it look at it as it also this is the start of the answer arcs.
Yeah,
So it makes sense.
Wait, all these people are gonna show up?
I guess so.
Like everybody's gonna be here. Oh, Lily, you haven't been streaming? Been on vacation or something? Huh. I think I did notice. I thought I was just missing all your streams because of work. Peaceful music before the death.
Hear you as a
I love
bop.
this
Ooh, we
opening.
got an opening!
I love this opening.
Ugh. Oh.
愛しく思えばその瞬間に副作用が強くなって壊れ落ちてく歪んだ記憶は非科学的に自分さえも殺しそうで魂
Natsumi in here?
I mean, they have, for some reason, they just kind of show all the side arc stuff in some of these. Because, I mean, some of these CGs are from the side arcs.
Yeah.
All they did was rip the PlayStation 3 stuff.
Ooh, the shaft head tilt.
Yeah.
I love Higurashi so much.
Yeah.
They gave you the glee.
It did. Well,
Yeah.
actually, like I grew up like I watched Higurashi like way too fucking young. I watched it like when I was about 12 or so.
Oh,
And
no.
like I never got oh no. And
Especially
I
like
never,
you watched the Dean anime first. Did you?
oh yes, I did. I'm
Oh
a boomer.
no! Continue. We don't know.
Yeah. So like I actually never got around to playing the visual novel, although I have played all of the Umineko visual novel. So it's interesting seeing like some of like these things for the first time in the
Oh
visual
god.
novel.
That means you. Oh no!
Oh.
I
What?
had a realization because this is the arc I mentioned that the anime leaves out some very important tidbits about Mion and Shion, and it's like really important.
Does
Oh.
it cover stuff that the manga covered?
I don't know. I haven't really. I'd have to ask my friend
Because
about
I've read
that.
the manga. So
Yeah, I
Maybe.
don't know, but I can message it to you. But
yeah,
it's
but
just like
regardless, I do know like pretty much
was-
everything. So
yeah, it's just
Sounds kind of lame that they left off something really important.
it's kind of in the tips, so it just doesn't really cover like a lot of the tip things. Where you know the tips are just kind of like here's this thing, and that's why the tips are really important. So it's a really important thing that it just leaves out, and it kind of changes a big part of the narrative if you don't realize.
I
this
think I know what
tip.
you're talking about in particular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. It's just like why this was important for the whole entire narrative, and you just
Right.
forgot it.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we kind of went over this earlier, but like, you know, Pengu's like 100 hours into the visual novel, and obviously you can't fit that into like a 26 episode anime.
That's
I
very
think it was
true.
like I think it was 226 episode anime. And even so, you still can't do that.
Yeah, it's like 52 episodes in all.
Yeah.
Then they
it's
got
hard.
The new series with another 39 episodes, right?
Well, this
I
one
think
is a
so.
different one. The new one's a separate side story.
Yeah, Go and Sotsu are completely new content.
Yeah.
Like, I thought there would be like the side stories.
Nope.
That
It is
No,
completely new.
Yeah.
Did they put some
They-
of the side story stuff in these chapters?
No, they tried to fake out people a little bit, and it kind of pissed a lot of people off because they were like, "Oh, it's like we're gonna reanimate the Dean anime," and they showed it off as that, and then they very clearly like the end of episode 1-2, it was like, "Oh no, actually, it's a new story. It's
Yep.
like sequel kind of ish."
Yeah, they baited everybody thinking it was gonna be a remake.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wait,
Like episode 1 was kind of
Episode 1 was completely normal until the end, and then the beginning of episode 2, it's like, oh fuck, this is new. This is
Yeah.
not a remake.
well,
yes.
Ren, you told me about all the side story stuff. Those are like side.
There's like side stories that kind of tie into Hinamizawa, but they're really not required. Or there's some side stories where they have the same characters, you know, that are in the main stories, but they're just bad because it's very clear somebody was like, okay, Higurashi's doing very well money-wise. Ryugashi, please make another story, and his heart was just not in it.
Like, you just shit one out. He's like, there you go.
It's like I need something. Okay, here we go, and it's just not good.
But those are separate games, though. Separate chapters.
I set their chapters, and I know the way Seventh Mod works. I think it throws it into a lot of that side story shit. At least the PS3 versions, it throws a lot of them into arc, the chapter you just finished.
Oh, okay.
So you'd have to launch that Steam version and go in there. But I never did it because like they're not really needed or they're not that good.
So like,
Mhm.
do these put tidbits of the side stories into these chapters? The main chapters?
No, it's more so seventh mod, seventh mod, what it does is it takes the PS3 content and a lot of the other content that got left out and it makes a kind of merge. So think of it more like a PS3 port that they modded on to the Steam version.
Okay.
So when they made the Steam, versions, they left out, a lot of the other content because, they just poured over the main stories. And seventh mod was like, okay, what about the other arcs that were in the PlayStation 3 version of the game when they released it? What do we do with those? And somebody's like, okay, let's throw them into Arc 4 because Arc 4 is the shortest, so it makes more sense just to add it to Arc 4.
Arc 4 took me about 20 hours, so it was a lot longer than I thought it was supposed to be.
Oh, yeah,
that makes sense, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Arc 4, most people usually take about, depending on how fast you read, 10 to 14, 16, I'd say 10 to 16, depending on how fast you read. His other arcs are usually about, 20 to 26-ish.
Okay, so even reading through these 7th mod expansions, I'm still going to need to look at the other stuff separately.
No, you don't need to do the other stuff. The side story is Plum pointed out, Natsumi, it doesn't matter. It's just okay, in this situation, what if this character did this completely separate to everybody
it's just
else?
like extra content.
What if scenarios, basically.
Kind of what if scenarios about completely different characters, and then there's some situations about what if this happened in this situation, completely not related to anything that's happening in the main story.
Okay, so they're not included in the 7th one.
I don't know which ones fully are, and I think the Natsumi's one and all the side characters, but I think the side stories involving the main characters really aren't, and even so, like I said, none of them are really good.
Okay.
There's none that I'm like, oh my god, read this side story. They're not that good.
I was just thinking, just in case I really wanted to go look at them, I'd be like, oh.
No, when you finish the game, I can send you some images and a summary of one of the side stories that's kind of okay. But there's just one side story that defeats the purpose of the entire visual novel, so it's kind of pointless to even worry about it.
Okay. Colonel Sanders, does he make more appearances?
Look, Colonel Sanders is always in our hearts.
Love him.
In our dumpster heart.
Best boy.
Yeah. Move our Kasai, it's now Colonel Sanders' time.
June 1982. Satoshi Hojo disappeared several days after the Tanagashi fest. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, did you just say fuck to Satoshi?
Wait. No, wrong person.
No, you're thinking of Tepe.
Tepe Hojo. Satoshi Hojo was...
No, Satoshi's good boy.
The good dad.
You just heard Hojo. You heard Hojo and you were ready to fight.
Fuck, I forgot Tepe was the name. Whoops.
Are you just channeling your inner village?
I just wanted that guy to die.
You just saw Hojo and you were ready to brawl.
I was like, Tepe just needs to die, but then
activated the penguin's fight or flight.
And then he didn't die, so I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, mad. So I want to find out what the fuck happened, so hopefully these chapters sate my hunger.
Yeah.
There were 3 possible reasons for his disappearance. One possibility is that it was an accident. Dead bodies sometimes end up in irrigation channels a few months after hit-and-run incidents. Oh, how convenient. But since the police did a thorough search of the area and hadn't found his body, this possibility seems small. The second possibility is a self-motivated disappearance. Toshi-kun had been living in dire circumstances. His close friends actually heard him imply he might run away. The police thought he skipped town after killing his aunt. This seems plausible considering that aspect. But the police arrested another person for the murder, so this hypothesis must also be considered false. The last possibility is that he was involved in a series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa. It's also called the Curse of Oyashido-sama. He fell victim to it and disappeared. Unless Oyashido-sama's occult power is actually verified, this curse must be the act of humans. It's only natural to assume that Satoshi-kun was made to disappear by someone's will. So the question is, whose? The possibilities are quite limited. The culprit is either a member of the Sonozaki family, a member of the 3 families, or one of the many relatives. The police can assume that easily. I need to think beyond that. Who did it? How did it happen? And why did it have to be done? Why did Satoshi-kun fall victim? What was the motive? Who gave that order? Who actually did it? The mastermind, the culprit, and the truth. All are in reach of my grasp. Maybe I'll find them right behind my back. But even so, I can't reach everywhere. There are parts of my back I have to make efforts to reach, clenching my teeth and cracking my joints so that the tips of my fingers can barely touch them. The truth is hidden in places like those. I'm writing this because I need to organize my thoughts and memories. Oh, I gotta switch. Okay. Switch my PNG. Which do you want?
Ooh.
Whoa.
Which Penguinata PNG do you want, Elise?
Oh, you have multiple of Penguinata?
Yes. Let me see. I'll show them to you. Here's the standard one I use. Hello. If you're watching this,
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
it might take a second to show up. You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's this one. This cute one.
Hmm.
And then there's my spooky form, which people don't like, because it's scary. I'm scary, look at me.
Elise says to put a panda plush so you're included in the panda gang.
Turn into Waffles Nada, okay. So that's this one. You want me to put a panda plush in his hand? The panda gang, what the heck?
We're both holding pandas.
Yeah.
Wait, who's both holding
This
pandas?
was unplanned.
Yeah.
Me and Wren.
Oh, what the? What? What?
It
What?
wasn't planned.
What? I can get like a panda PNG and just throw it in here.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Let me find one. Panda transparent PNG. Else. The little fucking logos in there. Stupid. I don't need that.
Oh, you know, just this the favorite kind of transparent.
Okay. Hey, insert them. Panda. What? Why is it? Dang it.
Oh, you know.
Why does it have a background still? Stupid.
Has to lie to you.
Try another fucking panda.
I believe in you.
Another. Ugh. Why are they not transparent? What the heck?
No fun allowed.
Filters. I don't know how to do it.
Oh no.
What the heck? Why is it not transparent background? Why are these
Funky.
pandas laying? Why are the pandas letting me down? Panda, why? Transparent background.
My favorite thing about pandas is that they're stronger than the WWE. Wait, when it was in the WWF, the World Wildlife Fund beat them in a lawsuit. Wait, I didn't know that.
I think I found a transparent one. Where can I put it for you?
Poggers.
The PNG photo booth.
PNG photo booth. There we go. Look at that. Look at that pan.
Okay, this might work. Maybe.
That's why they changed from Federation to Entertainment. Huh.
Huh. Yeah. Sometimes. Yes.
Try this again.
Let's go. I believe in you.
Believe in me who believes in you who believes in me. There we go. I don't know what the heck the
Hey.
is. So I'll put
Yay!
I'll put the panda right. Think of this.
Easy
Okay.
peasy.
So
Put a little panda in your little flipper.
he's got the crown in one hand and a panda in the other.
It's a little flipper.
Little flipper panda.
I love it.
The panda gang.
Babby.
We're gonna make the hashtag panda gang.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why they changed from Federation Entertainment, baby. Yeah. Okay. Nobody will read it other than myself. Is this the book they were writing at the end of chapter 4? Is this Makasaka writing this book? Or is this
Well, you noticed the suffix used Satoshi-kun. So I don't think
Mm.
Akasaka would use Satoshi-kun.
No, it's someone that knows him. Someone in the Sonozaki family? I'll have to figure out later.
Yeah.
But if somebody does, that means that either I threw these notes away because I no longer needed them, or if I fell victim to the curse of Orishito-sama in the middle of my attempt to solve the mystery. If it was the former, that's okay. But if it was the latter, please. I want you to help me. Please help this powerless young girl, okay? Alrighty.
Ooh.
AD 1982. That's right before the start of the series, right? The 4th year of the series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa, also known as Orishito's Curse. 1 year prior to Keishima Bear's transfer. Well, I just answered it.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't even have to think about
Yeah.
that.
I didn't hear a wake-up chime. I'm not in school anymore. My brain is half asleep, but I'm aware of that. Waking up at the same time as the chime would go off at school doesn't feel good. I can't go back to sleep after this. Still, I'm not going to live a torturous school life anymore. I can make today either happy or boring. It's up to me. Yay! That's really positive. I feel like I'm alive for the first time in a while. I didn't have any other clothes, so I'm still wearing the school track uniform. It's supposed to have been designed by some famous Italian person, but it just looks plain to me. It really doesn't feel great to still be in clothes from that school. I want to enjoy my freedom as soon as possible. I especially don't want to walk around outside wearing it. I should have Kasai bring me some new clothes later. And I should think of redecorating this room. After all, this is going to be my castle from now on.
Mario tracksuit. Let's go! That's great.
This is a room in a gorgeous apartment building in the suburbs of Okinamiya. The property is one of a realtor my dad's conglomerate obtained after foreclosure due to some sort of dispute. Most of the residents moved out during that. So while there are plenty of rooms, it's a lonely complex that feels devoid of people. Plus, with the exception of the manager and a scant 1 or 2 others, all the residents are shady-looking people connected to my dad. It probably won't be much longer before the virtuous residents are driven out. The apartment I'm living in used to be the room they'd used for viewing, so it looks like a room in a business hotel. It's fully furnished, but lacking in daily necessities. I'll buy those things over time, though.
It's better that way anyway. It'll make it feel like, more like my own room.
I nodded to myself. It might have looked stupid, but it helped psych me up. At the school, there was a TV only in the common room, and we weren't allowed to watch any cable channels. I zapped through all those channels as a form of emancipation. It was early in the morning, so nothing interesting was on. But I enjoyed it anyway. Commercials are fun to watch. Kasai dropped by with lunch right when I started to feel hungry.
Good morning, Shion-san. Did you sleep well last night?
Sleeping on the couch was a bit too uncomfortable. As a Japanese person, I want to sleep in a futon on the floor. This pickled radish is good.
That's good to hear. Please let me know what you need later on. I'll try to get as much as I can.
Thanks. Oh, but you don't need to worry so much about me. I chose this life for myself anyway. And your wallet wouldn't last if I started extorting you, right?
I have to be serious about my plan. I can't let myself take advantage of Kasai's wallet forever.
I think I'm going to start a part-time job. I have to earn my own living. This is the life I chose, so naturally I have to take care of it myself.
That's reassuring to hear. But are you sure? If you go outside, eventually someone in the family will discover you.
I gave that a little thought. Which is why I'll need Mion's help. Kasai, would you mind calling the main house for me? When Mion answers, pass me the receiver.
Oh, well, whatever you say. What could be your plan?
Kasai dialed the number. It's funny to me that we're calling the main house, even though that's the place I most want to avoid the moment. Hello?
Good morning. Is this Mion-san? It's been a while. This is Kasai. Yes. Good morning. Could you hold on for a moment? I'm letting someone else on the phone.
I take the handset.
Hello? Can you tell who this is?
That voice! But that can't be true. Shion's dorm doesn't allow private calls. You can't be her.
Futon and pickled radish in the same sentence. Really Japanese. Yep.
Yeah, they forbid outside calls at the academy. But you're talking to me right now. Even my dim-witted older sister should understand what that means.
Did you sneak out of the school? How?
That's not important. I really missed you, sis.
Shion. That was as far as I could take it, and Miona hit her limit too.
I'll take over for narration for this bit, and you both...
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Characters. We both burst out into laughter, unable to keep up our act. It's been a while since we laughed out loud with each other like this.
It's been forever, Shion. Seriously, what's happened with you?
There's not much else to it. I haven't lied or anything.
Wait, then you really ran away. Oh, great job.
The security wasn't tight enough to keep me locked in there.
Maybe the school should be grateful you escaped quietly. If you were serious, it'd be easy for you to blow up the whole building to make your escape.
Well, I couldn't have done that, but I might have set it on fire.
Kasai smiled at us in amazement, his face a blend of amusement and exasperation.
Is it okay to talk to you now?
It's alright. Granny's out for a lesson. She's coming home later in the evening.
That's good. We should get together and talk soon. Just over the phone for today, though.
Okay.
Did anybody report my escape to our grandmother?
Nope. We've heard nothing. I passed along all the calls and guests for the main family now, so no news reaches Grady without going through me. I'm sure she doesn't know.
Wow. That's awesome. You really sound like the next leader of the Sonozaki family.
You know, I don't like that. You should have taken my place.
You're the one with the demon, aren't you? Well, keep giving it your all. I'll be rooting for you from the shadows. Anyway, that's not important right now.
You sound so indifferent. Well, that's okay, I guess.
If you hear anything about me, give Kasai a call, okay? I'd like to give you my number here, but I'll keep it secret for the time being. Sorry.
Alright. If Granny hears you fled the school, there'll be all kinds of trouble. I'll be on the lookout for now. And I'll let Kasai-san know if something happens.
Thanks. I also have a favor to ask.
I figured you would. Oh, money's out of the question, okay?
I never thought I could pester you for money. I just want to ask you for a little help with my part-time job.
I see. So that's it then. What exactly do you need?
We can communicate fast in a situation like this. We don't have time to get into details because we know what's on each other's minds.
Uncle Yoshiro's on my side, isn't he? I'm going to try it and see if I can get a part-time job at one of his businesses he owns.
If I can't? Then
If I, see if I can't.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Then I'll call you when I know my shift.
So, I just disappear while you're working, right? That's a little taxing.
What are you saying, sis? Are you turning down your only sister's request? Seriously?
Alright, I'll do it. I wouldn't want to see how you retaliate if I turned you down.
Thanks. I'll buy you a cake from Schlenk Bertha's. I'll throw in tons of pretty tarts, too.
Shion. Schlenk Bertha closed last fall.
Huh? Is that so?
Yeah. The owner had a stroke. He reopened the store once, but he got sick again. So we had to shut it down.
I see. That's a shame. I won't be able to eat their Mont Blanc cakes to my heart's content anymore.
I was disappointed that my favorite cake shop had closed down. But more so that this town had changed without my knowing while I was gone. It was kind of regrettable.
Are there any other changes I don't know about?
Yeah. There are some. I'll tell you when we meet up next time.
Thanks. I'll tell you about my school life. Let's set a date. I'll call you.
Alright. I'll see you then.
Mion,
What is it?
how are you?
I'm fine.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm hanging up now.
Okay. See you.
It's really been a while since I last talked to her. I put down the phone and heaved a sigh as Kasai brought in some... So, how did it go?
Do you remember Uncle Yoshiro, who was in favor of me staying? I'll talk to him about my escape. And ask him if he can hire me to work at one of his stores.
Are you sure? Some other relative might find out.
That's why I asked Sis a favor. I'll contact her when my shift is set. And she'll disappear while I'm working. Do you get the picture?
Kasai looked puzzled. Not really that difficult to grasp.
It's simple. If somebody finds me at work, I'll tell them that I'm Mion. Do you get it now?
Normal people wouldn't buy this kind of plan. But Kasai knows too well how easy it is for my sis and me to trade places. That's audacious. Rude, I should say. I'm impressed.
Is that a compliment, Kasai?
Kasai looked amazed. If things go south, it'll affect him too. Wren, do you want to take over the narration again, or...?
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
Okay.
Considering the rules of my dad's profession, he won't be able to get away with just a mere apology. That's why he doesn't want me to do anything too risky. I think I have to make it up to him since he helped me escape even knowing that risk.
Yoshiro, who's at the store?
The uncle.
Oh, the uncle.
Yeah,
Sure.
uncle.
Sure. Alright, no problem. If I find somebody talking bad about you, I'll beat them up.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much. I knew I could rely on you, Uncle Yoshiro.
Uncle Yoshiro pounded his chest with his fist after offering me his assurance. He seemed glad that I turned to him first.
I'd be happy to help, since I'm so impressed that you're trying to support yourself. If you were here for money, I'd turn you into your grandmother right away.
What? You're scaring me, Uncle.
I knew he was reliable. He understood my situation straight away and promised to help.
Who wants to be the waitress?
Oh, manager, here's the shift chart. I'll put it here. One of the store clerks brought out a work schedule. There are many things I'm unfamiliar with written on it.
So, how much can you work?
That depends on our respective schedules. I hope I can get in when I want to.
Hey, that sounds a little irresponsible. But I know you're in a difficult situation.
I'm depending on Mion for my work. Our schedules have to match. Of course, Uncle Yoshiro understood that. But I also know he couldn't afford a selfish part-timer who only works when she wants to. In the end, he decided to hire me as an office helper, not an official worker. As a temp, I wouldn't have a work schedule. My uncle also decided to pay me out of his own pocket.
It's fine as long as I can make enough to support myself.
Sure. I expect to get what I'm paying for, okay? Don't call me uncle in the office either.
All right, manager. Thanks for hiring me.
Good, you get it.
Once all the business talk was over, my uncle hounded me with all kinds of questions. He asked me things like, what was it like at a prestigious girls' boarding school? And so on. Apparently, there were all kinds of rumors going around that St. Lucia Academy I was confined to, and everyone was curious about it. I added a few embellishments of my own as I explained how unordinary life at that school was. My uncle looked extremely delighted to hear all the little details about life in a secret garden for girls. Horny bastard.
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh god.
Yeah. Once my uncle was satisfied, it was my turn to ask all kinds of questions. I want to know if anything peculiar had happened while I was gone. I won't be able to act like Mion unless I can fill the gap of information left in the past 2 years.
There haven't been many big changes. It's been quiet since the end of the dam conflict.
I went to the academy only a bit after they froze the project. There was still a bit of tension then.
Even after they shut down construction, things were still tense because the project wasn't entirely cancelled. But the Onigafuchi Guardians disbanded about a year later. There was a big ceremony held at the shrine. That's when the dam conflict officially ended.
That's right after I was imprisoned. Is everybody slacking now that the conflict is over?
I guess you all had fun playing at war back then during the dam protests, didn't you? Try to imagine how much suffering the adults went through every time they had to come pick up their kids from the police station.
Well, I can't deny that. It was like a festival for us.
Uncle Yoshiro seemed exasperated at how differently kids and adults treated the conflict.
Oh yeah. There was that dismemberment murder, wasn't there? The one where that fucking jerk of a construction manager got split into pieces. They still haven't caught the culprit behind that, have they? Did they finally catch him?
Come to think of it, I don't think they've caught him yet, no.
It happened on the night of Watanagashi, didn't it? I remember everyone making a fuss about it being Oyashiro-sama's curse. That was pretty scary for us kids.
Yeah, or Ishiro-sama's curse. That happened the year after, too.
That's right. That was scary too, wasn't it? Who was it again? That guy that supported the dam died in an accident, right? Hojo, wasn't it? And it happened on the day of Watanagashi once again. Everyone went crazy, saying it had to be a curse. That was horrifying. Definitely.
The construction manager that everyone hated was killed and dismembered on the night of the Watanagashi festival. That incident on its own was more than intense for us kids. Worse, part of his body was never found, which made it almost a ghost story amongst us. We seriously believed that that severed right arm was roaming in search of the body it belonged to. It didn't take long for the rumor of Oyashiro-sama's curse to become a topic of discussion among occult researchers and the like. Considering the circumstantial factors. Even so, the rumor faded away after about a year. After the dam project was officially frozen, we held Watanagashi purely as a festival. But the curse struck again. The victim was a pro-dam activist who lived in Namizawa by the name of Hojo. He and his wife were on a trip when they fell from a cliff to their deaths. It was considered an accident. Technically, police were still searching for the wife's body. If I remember right, they never did find it, did they? Once again, the man most worthy of Oyashiro-sama's curse fell victim on the night of Watanagashi festival. So the fuss over Oyashiro-sama's curse rose up again. Until then, Oyashiro-sama wasn't considered very important. At least in the world of us kids, it was just the name of an object of worship in the shrine, nothing more than that. I'd seen boys peeing on the archway, and I once stuck my hand into the offertory box.
What?
You know, sometimes children just don't care. They're just like, oh,
Kids
whatever.
just pee on things, I guess.
Yeah. The existence of a god didn't matter much to us.
You just pee on the god, fuck it.
Fuck you, Oyashiro pisses on your grave.
But after two consecutive occurrences, the kids no longer doubted the existence of a curse. We were all shaking in fear of Oyashiro-sama. Everybody suddenly became interested in the old stories about him, too. We kindly listened to the musty old stories the elders had to tell. And we started genuinely believing in the tales of Oyashiro-sama's miracles, which any of us would have laughed away before. Oyashiro-sama's rules were awfully simple and clear. Enemies treading into Namizawa will be cursed. Villagers leaving the village will be cursed. What defined the village was terribly vague. Were we never allowed to leave Namizawa village? Was going to Okinomiya still safe? Was a single step enough to be out? Was a 3-day, 2-night hot spring trip still safe? We kids try to draw a line. It was decided in the end that if you had a house in Namizawa or Okinomiya, you were safe. And it was okay to go on trips if you had a house in either area. I know it's weird, but those rules were made up by kids after all. According to those rules, I'd be cursed since I lived in a boarding school in such a remote area. I couldn't say it out loud because I felt embarrassed. But in fact, I was a little scared of the curse.
Yeah, it happened again the year after.
It sure is scary when it happens 2 years in a row. I still believe in Oyashiro-sama's power.
Yan-chan, what are you saying? Don't you know?
No? What about what?
Oh, right. You went to that school before it happened. That's why you don't know.
Uncle Orishio grimaced as if he said too much. As though he'd mentioned something I shouldn't have known about.
What is it? You can't leave me hanging like that.
Well, I think you're mature enough now.
Hey, if you think my body looks underdeveloped, you should see an eye doctor. Either that or you're a pedo.
Oh my god.
Sometimes Ryukashi just has writing sometimes where he's like, yeah, all the men are horny, right?
Ugh.
And it's like, Ryukashi, you can calm down like a little bit.
So, yeah.
This shit has not aged very well. That's all I can say.
It's just
Yeah.
Ryukashi for some reason thinking like men horny, right?
Horny.
And it's just like no, you can calm.
Okay. I'll talk. It happened again the year after that.
What happened? What are you talking about?
When I was very little, I always had this tick before I heard something bad. It was like a gnome who lives inside me was giving me a warning.
Young got gnomed.
Oh god.
Like he was poking me with a small needle.
A gnome inside of her? Jesus.
When I felt this tick before my parents called me, they always either chide me or tell me something was bad. So I used to run away when I felt it. But my senses seem to have grown dull over the years. Even though my gnome poked at me, I just sat there.
The year after the death of the Hojos, it happened again. Last year, in other words.
Did it happen on the day of Watanagashi? Again? 3 years in a row?
That's right. You know there's a shrine in Hinamizawa. The Furude shrine? The priest suddenly died on the night of the festival. They said that the cause of the death was an unknown illness. The same night, his wife threw herself into the swamp. There was a big uproar. The mayor even had to hold an emergency meeting. Ooh, foreboding.
Ooh!
Ooh!
Ooh.
A gnome.
Ooh.
I love the spooky music.
I don't think the bit about the illness is true. But his death was very sudden. The priest was busy preparing for the festival and he got sick around that time. So I guess he died of a heart attack or something.
But it's just crazy that somebody died on the night of Watanagashi again. It's the 3rd time in a row. It's unbelievable that so many people have died on the exact same day.
The coroner didn't find anything unusual about the cause of death, so nobody suspected anything was wrong. But you're right that the whole situation is abnormal.
Only the people who were likely to be cursed died on the day of the festival. There must be something behind this. Whether it's a conspiracy or a curse, there has to be.
I decided to meet up with Mion at the library near the Okinomiya train station. Not that I don't trust Mion, but I don't want to let her know where I live. Not many people use this library, so I won't see anyone from Hinamizawa here. It's very convenient for meeting someone in secret. After we discussed my life plan and work schedule, we moved to small talk.
I love the little doodle of the caterpillar on the board. He
Yeah.
looks so silly.
I have that. I made that emoji in one of my group chats I have with some friends because I just
Oh my
love looking at
God.
it so much.
It's so silly.
We're
In a game with scabbiness. Great. I've been away from this town for years. Things have changed. I asked Mion about those changes in detail in order to fill in the gaps. While talking about various things, I brought up what Uncle Yoshiro had told me about Oyashiro-sama's curse. Even before I left town, the curse had already struck twice. Dismemberment murder on the first year left quite an impact. And the year after, The pro-dam activist couple fell off the cliff on the day the villagers were enjoying the first Higurashi festival, since the dam project was indefinitely frozen. This one also left quite the impact. The evil construction site manager was punished, and the next year, the traitor to the village met the same fate. If it had happened only once, people would have concluded that it was just a bizarre coincidence. But when it happened 2 years in a row, people were far more likely to believe it was a curse. I know up to that part, and after I left town, the curse struck again for the third time. People talked about the curse more intensely than ever, both in Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. I have to rethink this. Orishiro-sama's curse has drastically gained credibility while I was away. It was still unclear with the first two incidents, but after it continued for 3 years straight, people's doubts changed to conviction. Even though the priest who died on the third year was an enemy of the villagers, the fact that people in Hinamizawa didn't care for him much added even more credibility to the idea.
Wasn't that priest hated by a few? Especially by the committee members?
Yeah. They criticized him for being a fence sitter. Toward the end of the dam conflict, the protesters were all taking aggressive stances. So they didn't like how soft he was being.
The priest had looked strict and scary. The way he spoke was always so formal. But in reality, he was very warm and reserved. Maybe it was because he was a son-in-law, having married into his family. I'm sure the priest and his personality were the perfect fit for managing the shrine that was used for summer festivals and village meetings. But that gathering spot style, atmosphere of the shrine changed completely when the dam war broke out. It became the headquarters for the Onagafuchi Guardians. Prior to the dam protests, hardly anyone worshipped Orishiro-sama. Of course, the devout elders paid worship to him, but the average person treated our god like how you treat fortune tellers. Once the dam protests began, Orishiro-sama was suddenly hauled out as a symbol of the village's tracing the Orishiro-sama faith back to its roots. It was an exclusive elitist faith that believed its members were descended from a holy ancestor, different from the masses at the foot of the mountain, and that those tainted masses should never come near the village. Of course, such self-centered ideology wasn't acceptable anymore in a peaceful post-war Japan. So this doctrine was abandoned over time. Still, that idea remained, and they trudged it back up to fan the flames of nationalism and unite the town against the dam project. With the revival of those ideas, things only grew more radical by the day. But it didn't take very long for the Onagafuchi Guardians to become aggressive. After that, we were in a state of war. 100 million burning as one. Kill the white savages. Want not but victory. Adults and kids both were gnawing at the bit, avid to repel the foreign invaders. Describing it like that makes it sound kind of awful, like a reminder of the dark times of wartime Japan. But like I said before, for us kids it felt less like a war and more like a village-wide festival. Yet despite calling it a festival, dissenters were treated coldly. Their heartlessness lived up to the expression, wartime regime. The Hojo couple who voiced their acceptance of the dam project in the midst of the atmosphere was truly brave. Then on the second year of the curse, they died in an accident. Everyone believed it was Orishiro-sama's curse without question, so they were branded traitors and enemies of the village. The Hojo couple faced worse than just being ostracized as traitors. Everyone gave them the cold shoulder and talked behind their backs. The only person who didn't treat them badly was the priest. While the priest never objected to the anti-dam movement, he also never objected to the Hojo couple's advocacy for accepting the government's eviction and institution to build renewed lives. Those unforgivable Hojos became a slogan as the three families, especially the Sonozakis, united the village by turning them into scapegoats. They must have found it very shameful to have a fellow member of the three families approve of that, especially when it was the priest of the shrine that had become a symbol for the dam protest. As central figures in Hinamizawa, the three families were the backbones of the Onagafuchi Guardians, so a difference of opinion was undesirable, and the priest was never accused of anything. But secretly, people whispered that he was a heretic and that he was unfit to serve as Oyashido-sama's priest. That Oyashido-sama's curse would soon strike him down, along with other rumors.
Don't you think the priest was more mature than those around him?
He was pretty cool, managing to keep his head and remain neutral while everyone around him grew fervent. I thought Mion would share my opinion when I chimed back in. So when Mion gave me a forced smile and didn't agree with me, I was taken by surprise.
If he were really mature, I think he would have cooperated with the others. He should have appeased them. He wasn't just the head priest, he was also the head of the Furude family. That was a time when all of Namizawa needed to be united, so having one of the families who was supposed to serve in his examples disturb the harmony was... I don't know if it should be called mature. It's hard for me to tell.
I was taken aback. I barely managed to say the following.
Uh-huh.
Even though we're identical twins, we still had our own unique identities. Every now and then our opinions differed, but usually only over some trivial matter. We never had a difference of opinion this big. It was an enjoyable feeling. I decided to probe her some more.
I don't really like that word you used, appease. What are you trying to say? Are you saying the priest should have thought of the village as a whole and kept his opinions a secret? Meaning people shouldn't assert the self before the whole?
I'm not going that far. It's just, I thought that as a member of the three families, he should have acted more carefully. That's what I mean.
I like the small bean chanting in the background. Oh no, Mion in the cult mindset. Yep. Mion faltered a bit as my tone grew more like a cross-examination. I realized I was speaking a bit too harshly. What Mion expressed was probably the more mature opinion on our scale. And everybody needs to work together to stand up to a vast enemy like this government. People should refrain from actions that would destabilize that alliance. Writing it out and reading it now, I can understand that. But I wasn't mature enough to agree to such a totalitarian idea. Or maybe it wasn't me at all. It was Mion who'd made that mature judgment. We've been separated for over a year. I've been away from town. In the meantime, Mion has been training to take over the headship of the Sonozaki family. She'd been treated as much even before I was confined to that institution. She sat next to the hag in ceremonies and in meetings. Took her place when the hag was absent. But that was just it. We were never that different. Mion has become very like a successor since I've been gone.
Uh-huh. You sound like a grown-up now.
You seem to get what I was implying.
Am I thinking like Granny now?
That's good. You're the successor. You shouldn't think like the rest. You've definitely learned the art of ruling.
I never learned anything like that. I'm just trying to act like her. You can do it easily, too.
I don't want to. It's your role. Well, don't try too hard or you'll tire yourself out.
I didn't mean to be cold, but Mion seemed to take it that way. She smiled as if trying to pacify me. I smiled gently back at her.
Sis? I mean, Mion?
What is it?
Our separation has always been tough. Our names, the places we live, and our bodies.
Mion looked down with a serious face, but then looked right back up.
Maybe you think I'm jealous of that. But I'm not. We used to have some disagreements, but they were always small and forgettable. You don't have to feel sorry for anything.
Up until birth, you're perfectly equal. Right after birth, you're separated by the grown-ups' priorities. I used to get mad about it when I was little. There's no denying that. But we don't have to start a disagreement over it. Mion seems to understand what I'm trying to say. Each have our own characteristics, even though we're identical twins. Only we know the differences. We're also dependent on each other because of them. Mion seems more dependent. He always worries about me. If somebody gave her a cookie, she'd divide it in two and give one half to me. If somebody gave her a candy, she'd wait until I said it was okay to eat it. On the contrary, I'm cold. I don't care about others if I'm satisfied. I'd put the candy in my mouth right away. I have to emphasize that I don't hate her, and I'm well aware that she loves me. We both know that. Mion must have been hesitating to put the candy of the successor in her mouth and was waiting to see if I was okay with that.
Do your best, Mion. I'll do my best as Shion, too.
I tapped her forehead with my fist lightly. Mion put her forehead against my fist as if trying to feel the warmth. Mion. I'm Shion. He's the successor of the Sonozaki family, and I'm just a vagabond. This isn't a distinction, but rather our individuality. We shouldn't worry too much about the other anymore. We should feel relaxed living as who we are, with our own characteristics. I didn't have to say any of that out loud. We can communicate by touch, just like this.
Okay. Thanks. Shion.
No worries, Mion. Let's talk to each other whenever we want to. Like we've always been. That'll never change, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Mion kept nodding with her forehead against my fist. I said goodbye to Mion before it turned to evening. We had talked about the things that happened during my time away, and I enjoyed having that chat between sisters very much. We were able to dissolve our unsettled emotions. We didn't used to do that. Maybe it's because we hadn't seen each other for over a year.
Phew.
It was late afternoon. My heart felt lighter now. I stretched and looked up at the sky. The sky was clear, blue and far away. No matter how tall I grow, I'll never be able to touch that sky. I'm Shion Sonozaki, a girl who escaped from the life she was forced to live. Nobody will praise me for what I did and for what I'm going to do. But this is what I choose.
I can think maturely, too.
I psyched myself up. I should go shopping for dinner. Though I have Kasai's help, I need to save money. I love junk food, but it'd be cheaper to cook. Ironically, the culinary classes from that evil school will come in handy. Why not go to the shopping district in Kamiishiki? If I'm going there, then I need to take the other street. The cool breeze in the late afternoon felt nice on my skin. Kasai came to the door while I was putting stuff I bought in the fridge.
Ah, wait a sec. I'm coming.
Go grocery shopping? You must be tired.
I don't get tired from grocery shopping. Oh, do you want dinner? I bought enough for you, too.
Is that alright? If you say so, I'd be happy to.
I'll take over the narration. Cause I look curious about what I'd cook.
You don't look like you believe in my cooking skills. You'll pay for that later.
Are you putting these in the refrigerator? I'll do it.
Oh, thanks. Is this the amount of rice enough for two? Here you go.
As I skillfully packed food in the fridge while glancing at each item in turn. He noticed something.
Shion-san, do you still hate canned food?
I hadn't bought any. That was, of course, on purpose.
Must be hard to avoid it.
I know it's illogical. Maybe I could eat it if somebody forced me to. No, on second thought, I definitely couldn't.
I feel really sorry. I knew I was out of line then. Please forget about that story.
Shut up. Men shouldn't hang around in the kitchen.
Yeah, Kyla, get out of the kitchen.
Oh
Get
my
the
god.
fuck out.
Oh my god.
Go watch TV or something.
Go drink beer and watch football or some shit.
Yeah. Cause I chuckled and left. I know this sounds stupid, but I hate canned food. If somebody told me there was canned food in a meal I just ate, I'd throw up. It started with a silly thing. Kasai told me a horror story when I was little. You know, one of those urban legends about meat made from an unknown source. Like those rumors about how worm meat mixed in the burger patties or dog meat in beef bowls. Kasai had fun telling me one of those stories because of how scared I got. He had fun, but obviously I didn't. I even started to cry in the canned food section of a supermarket. That's how much I hated it. I don't freak out like that anymore. But I still don't like canned food.
Mango not allowed to cook? Go turn on that fucking telly. Okay.
Since I don't like it, I don't force myself, and I now live my life naturally avoiding canned food. One of the big differences between us twins is that Mion doesn't have this issue. Kasai feels responsible for this, but he can't rid me of that fear. Still, a flaw like this is actually a good thing, otherwise I'd be too perfect.
Kasai, set the table, would you?
It smells good. Thank you for doing this.
If this isn't enough food, you can go to a beef bowl place later on or something. Don't turn off the TV. I hate having dinner in silence.
Thank you for the meal.
So, what is it, Kasai? You came here for something, didn't you?
I handed him a cup of tea.
Oh, the cheery music stopped.
Yeah, I could wait until dinner was over, but I wanted to get to the point quick.
Gonna get serious and spooky. I thought I should wait until we finished, but would you mind if I talked while eating?
It's been bugging me since you got here. It'd be much easier for me to eat if you started talking now.
He's like eating while he's talking. Ruh, 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 ruh.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Received a phone call from the school today.
Today? That's late. Sounds like they didn't want to make it public. So, what happened?
Akane-san took the call. Said she was going to tell your father when the time is right.
Akane-san is my mom. That's what Kasai calls her, as he's known her since before her marriage.
So? What did she say?
I was lucky she answered the phone, since she's relatively on my side.
Other than calling you a brat, she didn't seem surprised by this outcome.
I see. So she hasn't told Dad yet?
She's probably waiting for the right moment. I think she's going to in a couple of days.
Dad is on Grandma's side. So he'll definitely talk to her if he hears about it. Then she'll have her men bring me to her. And depending on my explanation, make me offer a finger or two. Scary.
I wish you could laugh it off, but please remember you're not the only one who... Ouch.
You're eating too fast. I cooked too much rice and miso soup, so you'll have to have another round. At least 3 helpings, all right?
A few days later, Mion told me that the hack had heard about my escape.
So, how did she take it?
She was furious. She said that if you were in Okinomiya, she'd get you right away.
Scary. And? Is Dad doing anything?
They'll hold a family council soon to see if any of the other family members are hiding you. It doesn't look like she'll have the greenhorns searching for you all over town, though.
Holding a family council means that things will remain in the hag's hands alone. She won't search the town for me. It's like she's unofficially approving my presence. Of course, I'll get caught immediately if they find me in a large public place.
Seems like Mom did a lot to help me.
I can tell she's being supportive. It's a long story, but my mom is sort of an outlaw, even though she's one of the Sonozaki bloodline. A long time ago, she had a huge fight with the hag because she hated the family rules and traditions. She was even excommunicated. My mom was supposed to be the successor, but she was deprived of the title and Sis took over her place instead. While she's quiet now, Mom's still an outlaw. She's always been on my side because I also hate rules and traditions.
Dad was flaring up at first. But Mom pacified him. He can't win against her, after all.
Okay, thanks. Let me know if something comes up. If things really go bad, I'm ready to leave town. I can't let Kasai, Uncle Yoshiro, or Mom lose face. Sis, I know what you're thinking. You're asking yourself why only I have to go through this, even though we're twins, aren't you?
Mion was silent. That meant yes.
It isn't fair that only you
No,
have
that's
to.
me.
It's
me.
green.
Oh,
It's green.
no.
I'm sorry.
Fight!
It is. It isn't fair that only you have to live like this. It's absolutely not.
Thanks. I appreciate your feelings.
Tell me when you want to go out. I'll arrange my plans so that I can trade places with you.
He sounded apologetic. I shouldn't go quiet or agree with her. She sticks to things a little too much. Once she goes down, she'll stay there for a while. So I just told her simply.
Thanks. That's really nice of you. Okay, I'm hanging up now.
Talk to you later.
Someone's gonna die soon, right?
Only
Diary.
one tip.
Just a tip.
Just the tip.
Satoko was crying while hiding behind my back. And crying while clinging to me, so my back was wet with her tears and snot. My aunt had been screaming hysterically, but she looked tired now. I suddenly realized that it was already past 1 in the morning. She vomited out a series of screams one last time, then finally called it quits. Toko seemed exhausted, looking down in a state of shock. Even after my aunt walked away, she didn't realize she had been free. Wait, so this is Satoshi, huh? So I stroked her head and told her. It's over, Satoko. Toko twitched. Eyes grew bright again, and tears rolled down her cheek. She looked up in my face.
I will be the child when she talks.
Be the child.
Yeah, da.
She knew it was over, but wanted to hear it directly from me. She begged me with a look. To be honest, I was really exhausted too. So I felt a bit annoyed when she tried to make me say it. But I needed to pacify her. So I gently told her what she wanted to hear. Done with her scolding. So let's go to sleep. Right? Satoko clung to me while her tears continued to fall. Oh, do you want to do narration, Plum?
Sure. She was crying again, silently. Satoko was shivering pitifully. Her small back reminded me that there was nobody else to protect her.
Here. Go brush your teeth. Make your bed. Go to sleep.
Satoko smiled faintly and nodded. I felt dizzy. As I was released from the strain, a harsh drowsiness fell upon me. While Satoko was washing her face, I went to the toilet. I zoned out while watching my pee.
Ew!
Look, he's just tired, man. He just needs to go to bed.
You fall asleep
He's
while
just
peeing? Oh, jeez. That's...
In my dizziness, I almost missed the shot.
I'm sorry, Plum. I didn't know they were gonna talk about this.
I just whip out my massive dong.
I dropped my Magnum condom.
My monster condom for my magnum dong.
Yeah, I got it backwards, damn it.
I felt like I was being sucked into the toilet.
I'm so sorry, Plum.
You're fine. I couldn't even remember what caused it. Why did my aunt start screaming today?
Alzheimer's? Tourette's?
Being a bitch?
Yeah, that too. It's a very quiet afternoon, as always. I can't go outside as myself. I have to match schedules with Mion when I go shopping. I've gotten used to it by now, so it's no longer a hassle. Because of this, I naturally have to buy things in bulk. Today, I shuttled between shops in my home.
I got this, I got that. Oh, wait. Isn't it 100 yen sale day today? I forgot this.
Being in a good mood, I spun around with my arms spread out. I felt like a little whirlwind. My arm hit a motorcycle parked on the sidewalk. It obviously wasn't where it was supposed to be.
Ow! What the? Who parked this motorcycle here?
I gave it a kick with no hesitation. There were 3 motorcycles lined up here in a row. Wait a minute. Deja vu! They all felt like dominoes. It was a beautiful sight. This is fun, I thought. Being in such a good mood made me leave my guard down. I didn't realize that the owners of the motorcycles were right nearby. They looked pretty scary. They grabbed me by the neck and dragged me into a dark alley. Oh, Jesus Christ. Then they called me all kinds of names. Everything was happening too quickly for me to grasp what was going on. The fuck are you, bitch? What you think you're doing, huh? Fucking bash your head in, bitch.
Fucking.
Gonna pay for what you did. Whoa.
I'll read the narration.
Okay, go right ahead.
Well, they can't really talk properly. I didn't have a clue what they were saying. I had to translate their alien tongue into normal human words in order to understand. We are very upset because you knocked down our motorcycles. You should immediately pay for the repair and compensation. Yeah, that was probably it. That's our offer. What do you say? We'd be happy to listen to your opinion. Something like that.
Huh? What in damn? What? What in damn? I don't know what the fuck you said.
Sorry. I don't think I can continue interpreting.
Huh? What you saying?
I know what they're trying to say. But somebody has to warn them. About the way they parked their motorcycles. It's gonna be fair to those who obey the rules that there was no punishment for those who disobey them. This is an accident, but it also must be God's will. But God. You can use me to punish these guys, but how you compensate me later. I heaved a huge sigh. Of course, I wasn't afraid in this situation at all. Because it wasn't a dangerous one for me. These 3 guys were yelling at the top of their lungs at a girl. They didn't look good at doing it, and they had too many disadvantages. First, there was differences in gender and the number of people. Even if I did something wrong, as men shouting at a woman, it didn't make them look like they were in the right. Added to that, there were 3 of them. It already looked like it was going to get violent. Second, the location. Taking a girl into a dark, narrow alleyway is already a bad idea, and on top of that, they're asking for money, not just an apology. Thanks to these facts, the public will be on my side. So this was a fight they couldn't possibly win. The only way for them to win would be to take my money before someone finds out. Considering that, taking me to this narrow, secluded alleyway might have been a smart move, since fewer people will find out about the situation.
Huh? You listening or not?
I knew how slim their chances of winning were. From the very beginning, they had picked the wrong girl. I'm Mion Sonozaki now. It'd be foolish to mug her in Okinomiya. Soon enough, the people of Hanamizawa would notice me and gather round. They don't spare mercy for their enemies, no matter what. These punks don't know this area well. If they did, they would have known how silly it was to rob Mion. Plus, the alleyway isn't always as empty as they assumed. This side street is a shortcut what local people frequently use on their way home. In the late afternoon, many people will be passing through here. That time had almost arrived. If I held off a little longer, the street would be filled with people. Then the punks would have to go away. I didn't have to do anything. I just had to wait in order to win. This was a simple fight like that. While they could hurl abusive language at me or lift me up by the collar, they weren't actually going to resort to violence. Cheers to the educational system for ingraining the ladies first mindset. But as a wicked person, I wanted to toy with them a bit, even though I could win this by waiting. I wanted to paint them as even more villainous, and drive them into a corner that would be even harder to talk their way out of. That demonic desire was rearing its horns. Put it plainly, I don't need to act as the poor, helpless victim a little further. Like a pathetic, pitiful, tragic heroine everyone wants to sympathize with. In a case like this, I shouldn't start crying immediately because they get nervous and draw back. If that was a truly threatening situation, that would work, but I needed something different here. I'd pretend to be strong at first. In fact, I thought, why don't I challenge them? And eventually I'd start trembling, my voice would fade, and I'd get tears in my eyes. It'd be even better if I played the role of a strong girl who's slowly giving in to fear. Me and I are probably the only ones who are capable of pulling that kind of stuff off. Well, I'm probably better than her.
Why don't you let me go now? I already apologized.
I talked back with a little hesitation. Am I getting tears yet? Yes. By the way, I've heard men can't shed tears on command.
Yes, we can.
I feel sorry for them.
Fucking goddamn.
The 3 punks faltered a bit due to my sudden change in attitude, but they soon started yelling at me again. I had to keep going. That way they'd blatantly look like they're picking on a helpless girl.
Please, forgive me.
What you doing? What's with this girl, huh?
I don't...
Maybe you should apologize like that from the start.
It looked like they were laying off a bit. Did I overdo it a little? It'd be boring if they let me go now. At that moment...
The boy!
Boy!
Here
Put it out.
comes the boy!
That's what he looks like. That's
Hello,
what he looks
boy!
Boy!
Welcome! Here he is!
I want to see my,
My
little,
little
boy.
Here he comes.
Someone to see my little boy.
Here he comes!
Here he comes.
The boy.
Boy. Boy.
Boy.
Boy.
Boy.
Boy. Him.
He. Who's gonna be Satoshi?
Did I miss something? Like,
Boy.
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 We just
Boy.
love him.
Boy here. Boy time.
I'll do the boy, I guess.
Boy.
Cut it out. Don't you see her crying? Stop it.
Boy around my age appeared. He was skinny. He looked weak. He looked younger than he probably was. He also looked smart. He bravely glared at the punks.
What the hell? Who the fuck are ye?
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, who the fuck?
The fuck?
Back the fuck off, right?
The punks turned away from me to face the boy instead. The boy looked a bit agitated when the punks started yelling at him. They sure were ruthless. But the boy must have known that from the beginning. He must have known that he was going into a dangerous situation, yet he didn't hesitate.
Fucking say something. Why don't you answer us? That face.
He's so angry.
Yangy! He must have wanted to shout back at them. But he'd probably never used that kind of language in his life. So he couldn't have expressed his feelings out loud. He might have not even known what to say. So he just kept glaring at them. To let them know that he wasn't going anywhere. The three punks, though, must have thought he was just at a lost for words in his fear. But I knew different. That boy was overpowering them with nothing but his will. The punks were losing. So they resorted to violence.
Oof.
They grabbed him and knocked him down. They hit, kicked, and tossed him around.
What the fuck? Like a ragdoll?
It was painful, but I knew. It was his victory.
What?
In the end, local passersby stopped the punks. They made no further fuss and just went away. The boy stood up. He was covered in dust. He smiled when our eyes met and asked me if I was alright. He didn't look particularly okay himself, though.
How could you step into a fight you obviously couldn't win? Pick your opponents better next time.
I hesitated at first.
He laughed, saying that he was watching from the beginning. That meant he had the option to walk away. But instead, he worked at the courage and stepped in.
That was reckless. Not brave.
Mm,
He's a little blushy.
you're being a little harsh, Mion. You should at least say thank you. I saw you crying.
No, I wasn't crying. That was just an act.
Satoshi with the old man laugh.
Oh no! Oh no!
Wait,
Poor
what?
Soda, she doesn't deserve this.
What? What? You making fun of me? Oh, that's fucked
This
up.
poor boy. Just it's okay. Just turn on the voice acting just for Satoshi and voice everybody else. Okay, there we go. Easy done.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
Is that better? Is that better?
No, the voice acting, and you've never heard it before, so you never know. No,
Wait,
poor
so
Satoshi.
what kind of voice does he have in the show?
I mean, you could just turn it on in here if you really want to hear it. By the way.
Sure,
Ugh.
I'll turn it on.
He's one of those pretty anime boys that's voiced by a woman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
ちょっと信じてないでしょ私が本当に泣き出すと思いますか
思わないよ。天下御免の園崎美音が不良にいじめられて泣き出したなんて誰も思わないよ。
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see why y'all fangirl over her.
He's just good boy.
He's very good boy.
He just wants to.
何を笑ってるんですか。全然信じてないでしょ。私が半泣きなんてするわけない。
信じるから信じるから。
I realized one. You gonna turn the voices off again? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I
No,
will be
you're
the boy.
fine.
I am boy now.
Alright. I realized one thing. He must be one of Sis's friends. He didn't seem to realize I'm her twin. Thought I was Mion with a different hairstyle. Mion and I had to live separately before we went to elementary school. Mion was in Hinamizawa, and I was in Okinomiya. I lived in a totally different environment from her. So it's not strange that people didn't know me. Actually, only very few people know I exist. Almost told them that I'm not Mion, but I managed to stop myself. Mion shouldn't be here. He's from Hinazawa. It wouldn't be good if he thought he saw a Mion look-alike in Okinomiya. So I had to act like Mion. Dealing with them could be more difficult than handling those punks.
Well, I was just relieved because you seem to have a girly side after all.
You sound hostile. What exactly do you mean by that?
I thought you'd kick those guys' butts with some crazy martial arts. So I was just really surprised when you just started crying.
Hey! Like I said, I was acting. Weren't you listening at all?
He gently put his hand on top of my head and stroked it as if stroking a kitten. I could remember somebody doing that to me when I was little, but it had been quite a while since somebody stroked my head. I didn't know what to do. Why did it make me so embarrassed? My face reddened all at once. I couldn't say anything.
Hey. Are you making fun of me?
I stuttered in embarrassment. He looked calm, as if he was used to doing this.
Whatever. Aren't you glad, though?
Glad? What do you mean?
Well, you didn't get hurt.
He smiled when he kept stroking my head. His smile looked divine. Oh my. He wasn't going to stay for long. He'd already saved me from those guys after all.
Well, I need to be going. So I should head off now.
Okay.
I wanted to go through all the steps of meeting someone for the first time, but he didn't. As far as he was concerned, he just saved a friend from danger. Wanted to leave quickly to avoid seeming pretentious. He and Mion must be friends who knew each other well. So I couldn't bring myself to ask, "What's your name?" Mion's friend smiled once again. His smile looked as refreshing as clear blue sky. This time, he smiled a bit mischievously.
Don't worry. I won't tell anybody you were crying. Well, nobody would believe it if I told them anyway. Nobody would ever believe that an Invincible class president cried.
Patted the dust off his butt once again. He walked back to the sunny main road, away from the dark alley. Then he turned around.
See you! In school tomorrow, I mean.
Yeah. See you in school.
He disappeared into the brightly lit street. I continued to sit in the gloomy alleyway. I could no longer see him. I was just staring absent-mindedly at the bright light. That was the first time I met Satoshi-kun. Oh my. Not even allowed to walk freely under the sun, met a boy on a sunny day. How come a perverse girl like me fell in love with this innocent? Uh-oh.
What? Whoa.
Oh, whoa. That must be Satoshi. He looks like what you described, and he has a habit of stroking people's heads.
Aha. His name is Satoshi-kun, eh?
The boy from earlier is called Satoshi Hojo-kun. Mion said that he's always daydreaming. But she didn't believe me that he saved me at first.
His little sister's always kicking his butt.
Uh-huh. He has a little sister?
Yeah. Her name is Satoko. She's funny and shrewd, but is quick to cry when she's cornered. She's fun to watch. But things have been rough for her lately, so she's feeling a bit down.
His sister came up naturally in the conversation. I tried to soak up every scrap of information about Satoshi. Why am I trying to ask so much about him? As I asked myself that, the feeling I got when he stroked my head came back to me. I must have been blushing.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hello? Chia?
Sorry. I'm here, I'm listening.
To start, I hear Satoko's on bad terms with her aunt. Satoshi's mature, so he knows how to conduct himself, but when bad things happen, Satoko really lets herself go.
What Sis told me about is very interesting. Told me that the parents of Satoshi-kun and his little sister are dead. Satoshi-kun and Satoko are now living with their uncle and aunt. They don't seem like very respectable people. They're always fighting, and the uncle is cheating on the aunt. He mostly lives with his mistress. Satoshi-kun and Satoko entered into that unwelcome environment. What surprises me the most is the fact that Satoshi-kun's parents were the Hojo couple, who were the leaders of the pro-dam activists. The fact must have added something to the situation. I don't know what kind of stance the uncle and aunt took during the dam conflict. They must have taken some indirect blows. Satoshi-kun's parents died after bothering them so much, and even left them their children. The uncle and aunt obviously can't love those kids. Things have gotten worse this past year too. Women can be really nasty bullies. Sometimes it doesn't matter who they're bullying, even if it's a kid. On top of that, women tend to care less about the propriety of men than men. Blech. As a result, Satoko seems exhausted with it all. I can imagine Satoshi-kun bravely protecting his little sister. Just like when he saved me.
So, he must be exhausted too, right?
Huh?
He must be covering for Satoko all the time. So, wouldn't you normally assume that he's also feeling worn out?
Well, I don't know.
Had I said something wrong? Mion sounded a bit taken aback. So that meant Mion can't tell how he's feeling. Because he's always wearing that blank look. So she never considered it. How can she be that insensitive even though she's around him all the time? I was amazed to realize that.
Well, anyway, what does he usually do? He looked smart, so does he read a lot of books?
Yeah, you're right. He likes to read. He's now reading, what's it called?
I continued asking about him. About what he likes, dislikes, and what he thinks about. I asked just all these questions because I wanted to know more about him. It was the first time I'd ever been that interested in somebody. I didn't want to admit that I had feelings like that. Did I fall in love just because of the stroke on the head? Am I stupid or what? When I remember the feelings of his hand on my head, my heart feels tingly. I tried doing it myself, but it didn't feel the same. I'm stupid. What am I doing stroking my own head?
Sis, I'm done for. I became stupid.
What? Why are you laughing?
Shion says, I may be stupid.
In that weird voice.
You wouldn't understand this feeling, sis.
When would I see him again? I felt as if suffocating my life had already grown. Wait. I felt as if my suffocating life had finally grown brighter.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh,
Oh my.
oh, you know.
That was weird. Having to narrate for a girl who's in love. Well, I tried to act all girly, but it's been about 3 hours. You guys want to call it here?
Sure.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
it's getting late in ye old EST.
Yeah.
I know. Plummy,
EST late-ish.
Plummy needs to sleepy sleep.
I do.
That's
Sleepy
fair.
sleep.
But thank you very much, you two. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah,
No.
thanks for having us.
No problem.
I'm kind of starting to miss Keiichi though.
That's true. Keiichi's our lovable idiot.
That doofus has been
Yeah.
missing. Well, he did like have a big chapter he ended with, so I guess he needs a break.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's okay. He's just in Tokyo right now during this time frame.
Yeah, but
We
he
just
was
gotta what were you gonna say?
he wasn't in chapter 4 either, so it's been a little while.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta enjoy things from Shion's perspective for a little bit until you get some answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be Shion and it's Shion.
So far,
Yeah.
there's nothing we didn't really know already. We knew that Shion wanted to do the hanky panky with Yoshi. We knew that. Knew about Satoko. We pretty much know everything that's happened already. So the answers are
You're just
yeah.
getting some background, I guess, some
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah, background perspective, what other people think about it and what they saw.
So once that's all out of the way, I assume then we'll start getting the answers.
Yeah.
I look forward to that because I want to know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one.
It's a good chapter. Yelling. I call this the you yell. It's just yelling. Goodbye, voice. You yell now.
Wait, is there gonna be a lot of yelling?
No, no.
You John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena. It's a good chapter though.
Well, you timed that pretty well, didn't you?
I'm sad that I can't hear it because I don't have the stream like on.
Yeah.
You're gonna go,
Oh, I'll have to watch that.
you're gonna go back and watch the VOD just for that.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
That's valid. Valid.
Okay. Now we gotta choose somebody to raid. Let's
Ooh.
raid Index Chan.
Index.
Yeah, she's really cool and she's been helping me voice this whole time. A lot. She's been helping me every Monday, so
Oh, nice.
yeah. I'd totally be down to have Thank you for the applause, Gitten. I'd totally be down to have one of you join me in Index sometime. Have another three-way read along.
That's fair.
Some point.
I gotta read Umineko though, so going back to Higurashi too is like gonna tire me out.
Oh
God.
boy.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm only on a chapter 2 of Umineko, and it's just
Umineko is so good.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die. It's really long.
I know it's long. It's
It is 200 hours, baby.
yeah.
Here.
I'd say Higurashi's like I'd say probably 120 to 140, and from what I've seen with Umineko, it's like 180 to 200.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So, all you need to know about Umineko is flip the chess around, and I'm like, thanks.
And then we flip
thanks.
the chessboard around, snaps fingers.
Yeah, and then we flip more chessboards around, and then you go, ah ha 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 ha.
And then
I'm
Maria
like,
goes,
thanks.
ooh.
and then the old man goes, Beatrice! And you're like, can somebody please put Grandpa down on the ground? I'm tired of you yelling at 3 a.m. in the morning, Beatrice!
Exactly.
And it's like, Grandpa, your girlfriend of 6 years ago doesn't really care about you. Please, Grandpa, stop yelling her name at 6 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You will not.
I only watched the anime, so I don't really know shit about this.
Yeah, I know Umineko, like, from what I know about the animes of Higurashi and Umineko, is Higurashi, despite not being a good anime, is better than Umineko's because at least it tells a coherent story and finishes said story compared to
Yeah.
Umineko where it just cuts off.
Umineko
Yes,
just...
the Umineko anime is absolutely awful. There is like no possible way that you could even like get the culprit at all. And obviously because the VN is so long, you know, a 24 episode anime can't cover everything. So it's just
Yeah,
kind of it loses
it-
all substance and only becomes a gore fest.
it just sounds like a big old advertisement at a point, except like gore. That's the thing about the anime that I just hate is everybody seems to forget the meaning behind Higurashi,
Yes,
and they're just like
exactly.
gore, and I'm like, no,
Crazy
guys,
girls in a
guys,
village, woo.
but the yanderes and the murder, and I'm like, guys, no, what? No,
Mhm.
stop! I swear, please, that's not the point.
Mhm.
And then you don't, if you can help it, you do not watch the Dean anime. It is not good. It is something you maybe go back to, and then you look and you're like, wow, okay, thanks, and then you kind of walk away awkwardly.
I think I preferred reading the visual novel to the anime figure. Anyway, I'm glad I'm doing
Like-
this.
Yeah, well,
it's good. It's good.
yeah, the visual novel has more details, actually, and also, I mean, I know you're reading it, but the voice acting is good.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like,
See,
I
I love
have-
the Oh, you first.
oh, I was gonna say, I love reading it out loud, but I'm just like, oh no, you're missing how the character says this exactly. Oh no. And
That's
then I'm trying to
fair.
remember in my head how they said it to get that tone across. But it's just like, especially, oh, there was a scene where we read in Arc 4 where it was just Akasaka and Rika with like the Nipas, and I'm like, oh, you're missing how good it sounds with like Akasaka being like really awkwardly going like Nipa, and then Rika's just like, you know, Nipaing back.
Well, they got the same
Mhm.
voice actors from the anime to do the visual novel, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're the same. They're just really good voice acting.
Mhm.
So by you reading it, I'm like, oh, you're missing out on the really, really good voice acting.
I could just, you know, not voice act and just have the game do it for me, but I feel like that'd be kind of boring for the viewers, you know?
Yeah, it depends on what you're putting if you want the viewers to be more entertained by the reading.
That's fair.
Like I told you when I play Umineko, what I will do is I get the characters to talk and then I read all the monologue.
narration. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I read the narration, and then what I'll do is I pause and I kind of shit post a lot and give out theories. So half the time it's just like, chessboard time or whatever.
Mm. Oh, have you
So-
been streaming Umineko?
Yeah, I have.
Oh,
I was
that's
streaming
so
it-
exciting.
I was streaming it with friends, but I think I'm at the point I'm just gonna, if our schedules don't like align, I'm just
Mhm.
gonna say fuck it, I'm gonna play it, and if you guys are available, just join.
Yeah. Mhm.
If I'm ever like by myself doing a Higurashi stream, I just have the voice on and do the narration myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I have a lot of fun doing it with other people, to be honest. Like,
Yeah,
I have a blast.
Mhm.
yeah.
Especially, I want to hear people's crazy laughs. Like,
I know
That's
you.
fair.
You've only okay. This is like my third time on. You've only had me do like, oh my god, it's like the happy days of Higurashi, the good days, the
Yeah.
you know pre everybody murdering each other conveniently.
Yeah. Index did a really good insane. Oh, I gotta send that to you. Index did a really good crazy psycho girl laugh of me on.
Oh,
from
that's
From
exciting.
chapter 2, when they find out she's the one who kidnapped the mayor.
Mhm.
Trips out on the phone. She's like, but Index did a really good job on that. I'll send you guys a clip. It's great.
Mm. Pengu, you'll have to have me sometime when somebody goes bonkers. I have a yandere laugh redeem on my channel.
Yes, I saw that. I saw that, and I may or may not be saving up for it. I'm not going to
Yes!
deny. But yeah. Is that like everybody's favorite redeem of yours?
People like to harass me with my Discord kitten redeem,
Oh god.
where basically I go like, "Well, Daddy, buy me some new games," and like I have to talk like this for 5 minutes straight, and it's really
Oh, okay.
terrible.
I have
Oh.
something like that where I have to talk high pitched, but it's more like this where I have to talk really, really cutesy for a good 5 minutes. Hello? Hello, welcome to the channel.
Welcome to the stream.
Welcome to the stream, everybody.
At least you gotta clip that whole section right there. Clip that for me. That is just too fucking cute right there. Y'all are all cutesy, and I'm just like, oh, my voice can't. My voice can't do that. I can't do that with my voice. I'm sorry.
I can make it go really, really high pitched if I want to kill my vocal cords.
The mic's not even picking it up. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, it doesn't pick it up. I have to set it correctly. I think Streamlabs will pick it up if I go that high, but Discord just goes, no,
Right,
fuck
exactly.
you, please. Yeah, can you stop? And I'm like, okay, Discord, thanks, I guess.
So, I mean, I'd have to know ahead of time if there's gonna be like a psycho section, and I'd have to set aside that collab for when you're available. It's a pain.
I mean, you also kind of have like a general with the first 3 of when kind of the start to everything, where everything starts to go downhill a little bit.
That's fair.
Yeah, usually there's like the slice of life shit at first, and then slowly the bad stuff starts happening.
I mean, if you had to put the first 3 chapters at where you would say what in the narrative is where everything starts to go downhill, what would you say the point would be?
Usually it's where Keiichi finds out the shadiness going on.
Okay, I mean more of an event going on or something in the narrative.
A certain thing that happens in every chapter.
Tomitaki dies.
When does he die?
After the festival?
Yeah, with Tanagashi.
Wait. Isn't it like during, like the night of?
During, after, whenever it is. Either way, with Tanagashi is the start of when everything, narratively wise, shit goes down.
Is there gonna be, well, this chapter, I have no idea. It's all gonna be the year before, right?
I mean, there's still with Tanagashi.
Oh yeah, okay. So I guess I'll be
maybe in the past right now, but we can always skip.
Yeah, we can always skip. That is true. But either way, with Tanagashi still marks a down, whether that be all the way down or somewhat down.
That is true.
Because right now we're in the past, so.
Yes, you're right. The fucking what Tanagashi happens and everything goes to shit. Okay.
And these are the answer arcs, and the answer arcs are going to answer your questions for mainly the first 3. You'll get some for like the 4th, but not. You do, but they're later.
Yeah.
I'd say 1 through 3 have more direct correlations, while chapter 4 is more vague-ish or mixed in altogether.
Okay.
I think it's more like in tips than anything.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Well, I will know in this chapter when shit's gonna go downhill, right? It'll be pretty clear when that's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to be there because I want to mention like what I did when I was playing with my friend, to the point my friend like had to jump in and be like, Wren, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, oopsie. I was very hoarse with blinders on, and my friend was like, what? Why?
Maybe we could have a big 4-way. Index could join
Exciting.
all of us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Wren, you should have been there. The other day, when I was talking about this stream I was gonna have, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have 2 people voicing with me. We're gonna have a 3-way. I'm like, wait.
Oh, you know. Just wording.
A 3-way read along, I mean. And then it became a meme. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's fair.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if Index can join us, we can have a big 4-person stream. That'd be pretty sweet. I don't know. I'll have to plan that out once I notice. Be like, oh shit. Okay. But yeah, definitely. I want to hear psycho laughs from all y'all.
That is fair.
Hell yeah.
All right.
All right.
Let's rate Index, actually, so y'all can be her friend too. Yay!
Yeah.
She's really cool. I think she's really, really friendly and easy to get along with. So I think you'll like her regardless.
That's PogChamp.
Let me get the raid message going. She's playing League of Legends right now, but let's go bug her. Let's go bug the crap out of her.
Yeah.
See, what should be the raid message? Gabby raid, maybe? Gabby 3-way raid, okay.
Okay.
Works.
Give us your psycho laugh decks and I'll put some stabby emotes. We both have a stabby emote, me and Index, so it's pretty great.
That's good.
If you don't have the emotes, just copy the words, you know the deal. But yeah, thank you again, Wren and Plum. Let me shout y'all out again. If you haven't followed these amazing people, please do, everybody. Stick around for the raid if you want some extra points, and I'll see y'all probably tomorrow. I need to make my schedule still.
That's fair.
Have a
That's
good
fair.
night, everybody.
Thank
Night.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.